Coming to you live from the JRE Tobacco Aladino Mobile Studios, it's the Cigar Pulpit.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another sermon from the Cigar Pulpit. I'm the Bishop of the Burn, Nick, and with me tonight, we have Trey Mac Shipley.
What's up, peeps?
How you doing, Trey?
Oh, this is late night with Trey Mac, baby.
It really is. This is the and I want to say I appreciate you coming on kind of late in the evening here. I had an interesting run through the Sonic drive-through, and it delayed me significantly. But the car in front of me bought like $67, and I'm not even joking, like $67 worth of Sonic, and I have no idea how many corn dogs that actually equates out to, but it was a lot.
Do you think they were buying corn dogs?
Dude, they had 4 drinks and a bunch of bags. I have no idea what they bought. I would like to know, though. I would like to know what adds up to $67. And here's the thing. I feel like $67 at Sonic is a lot, but these days, it may not be.
Yeah, what if it was like 3 hamburgers?
Dude, that's the thing. It could, there were 4 drinks. If you stop and think about it, 67 divided by 4, that's less than $20 a person. And a combo meal might be $15.
Dude, but dude, inflation's only up like 5%. It's really not a big deal.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. 5% from like January.
Well, anyway, so tonight
the government's an asshole, people. Let me just tell you that right now. The government is a bunch of lying crooks, assholes.
Okay. Is this Trey Mac for president?
I don't know. This just happened. That just came out of my mouth. I just tired of this shit.
Here's the thing. People would vote for you. Even with
I like this show. I can express my, full vocabulary.
Even with everybody knowing some of the stories that you've told on here, I still think people would vote for you.
I think so. And I'll be honest, my golf game sucks. I won't even lie about it. I'll be like, oh no, I'm like your average American that uses, the old arm wedge every once in a while.
Yeah, exactly. I'm all right to scramble. Like every once in a while, I can have like 1 or 2 good shots, and then the whole team's like, "Yeah, Nick," and I'm like, "I pulled my weight," and then I move on. Otherwise, yeah, it's whatever.
I'm a putting SOB. I can putt.
I like putting. Short game is all right. Long game is horrific.
I feel like a lot of people on the spectrum are pretty good at putting.
Okay.
And I would consider myself one of those people.
Okay. Well,
I'm definitely on the spectrum. Let's just be real.
I want a cigar. So, that's okay. We don't want to have to, you don't want to talk about that, right?
We need more people like that in the government. That's all I'm saying.
We probably have plenty.
They focus and get shit done.
Oh, well, their staff.
We don't have that. We got plenty of.
Yeah.
We got lizards everywhere.
Staff. Lizards. Okay. Well, I want to smoke something. So I dug deep in the humidor and I found myself an Aladino Corojo Reserva number 4.
Nice.
This is the limited edition number 4 that came out every year around what, like November-ish, October-ish, November-ish.
Oh boy. October sounds right.
Yeah, I feel like it's in the fall.
Yeah.
And but yeah, this was the limited edition size for the Corojo Reserva.
Yep.
And what makes this one so special? Do you remember? Or have you moved on to so many
There's a few things that make that cigar special. I'm trying to forget that cigar because we don't have it.
I was gonna say you've moved on. It's kind of like, look, baby. I've purged your number from my phone. Fly high, move on.
Yeah. Now,
yeah,
I miss it. I've got my stash, but I haven't smoked one in probably 6 months.
Oh wow.
Because I don't. That's when somebody within the industry, if they're like, yeah, I'm not really getting into my stash, that probably means, yeah, not sure when it's coming back.
Oh, well, that's true. I guess I probably should be smart and not smoke it tonight since I don't know when it's coming back, but
The biggest
you know what?
issue, go ahead. What was that?
It's a special night. I'm talking to you, so I want something nice.
Little late night.
Exactly. How you doing? So
Good. Anyway,
anyway.
I feel like you're flirting with me. Now I'm all flushed.
Oh, that's cute.
But it's special because, again, we're only using those top two leaves, right? And then when you go down to the Corona size, you're sacrificing a lot of leaf, a lot of very valuable leaf to make one small cigar.
Yeah.
That's hard to do. I mean, it's hard to like look at all the prized leaves and be like, oh, okay. 3/4 of that leaf is unusable now. Okay. So, it's basically just we've grown so much as a company, demand goes higher, and the Reserva, Robusto, and Toro have to take precedent over the Corona.
Well, there you go. Well, I am going to. Well, and what are you smoking? I'm sorry, I'm getting ready to do the cut.
So I grabbed a couple of one Rothschild and one Robusto that I've been sitting on for a long time. One here is just our OG Corojo, but I've had this one for 6 years.
Oh wow!
I've got a few boxes I've got some that are 8 years old.
Okay.
This one's 6, and I haven't smoked one of the 6-year-old boxes for a while, so I decided why not tonight.
Why not?
And then this, people love this when you're like, I'm gonna smoke this, and I've been sitting on it for a couple of years. Can't really tell you anything about it. Other than this was a prototype 2 years ago for something that we wanted to do with the farm cigar.
Okay.
And it has a lot of ligero. I don't see. Do you see the cookie?
Look at that. Do look at that.
Look at that cookie. Oh, it's me horned up. You know what I mean?
I just took the little tissue off of mine.
Oh, I'm gonna need a tissue after mine. Send it my way.
Nice. All right. Well, it's time to cut the cigar. And the official cutting is brought to you by 2guyscigars.com. That's the number 2, guyscigars.com. 2 Guys have been around for 40 years. They are the trusted name in the cigar industry. Everybody knows 2 Guys, but if you don't, please give them a try. You will not be sorry. Family owned and operated. 2guyscigars.com does the very best to provide great selection, fair prices, and awesome customer service. Now, I want to take a brief moment. I want to tell a personal anecdote that is very relevant to the fact that you are on this show right now. So I went on 2 Guys Cigars relatively recently, and I looked for the Cameroon Reserva, and it was coming soon. And they have a little section on there that says notify me. So I clicked that button, I put in my email address, and I patiently waited. And the Zoom feature on my Zoom app is like weird because it keeps zooming me out. But anyway, I clicked the little button, I put in my email address, and I said notify me. And today I got a nice little email from 2 Guys saying, hey buddy, the Cameroon Reservas are in. So I went to I originally was just going to go online and place an order, but I had my son. I was busy. I was doing this, doing that, doing this. I was running all over the place. I'm kind of a chicken without a head this week. And so I saw in the email that there was a phone number. I clicked the phone number. I dialed through. I'm in the car, mind you. I'm driving. And now the car fills with the sound of a voice. And it was the voice of the 2 Guys operator. And this gentleman, he's like, hey, Nick, what's going on? And I'm like, you know what? I want to add some stuff to my care package because I'm a Cigar Authority care package member. And he's like, sure, what can we get for you? I said, I want 3 Cameroon Reservas. And he's like, okay, got you down. And I said, and he's like, is that all? And I'm like, no, that is not all. That is not all. I also want 2 Fuminoche in the what I guess the Super Toro size. What is that, like the size that you guys bring that in?
Correct.
Okay. So I ordered 2 of those. And he's like, okay, anything else for you? And I said, yes, indeed. I said, I want 2 of the lunatic firecrackers because I saw that those were still available as singles on your website. And he goes, yes, they are. So I placed an order for 7 cigars. I gave him my credit card over the phone, and by God, added to my care package, which means no extra shipping for those cigars. It's just added to the care package. And so now at the beginning of next month, that care package is going to arrive at my new house. And future Nick is going to be so thankful that past Nick thought of him. So,
Awesome.
it was a very easy process. I was on the phone for maybe 5 minutes. It was super quick, and it was so pleasant and so easy and wonderful. So guys, please go to twoguyscigars.com for your next cigar purchase. Tell them that the Cigar Pulpit sent you, and that's the number 2, guyscigars.com. And with that, it's time to go ahead and cut the cigar. Was that not a cut commercial right there?
That was absolutely mind-blowing.
Dude, I had the personal experience today, and I had to bring that up.
It was perfect.
It was wonderful. So no, I'm excited because now I have Cameroon Reservas and Fumanoches coming my way.
This is going to be fun.
Yes, it will. So, can you get this guy cut? Ooh, there's a lot of cedar on this number 4, which, given the humidor I found this in, makes a lot of sense. So that makes me wonder how different the smoking experience on this guy is going to be versus normal. Oh yeah, there is a metric buck ton of cedar on the cold draw on this thing.
Awesome.
I don't know how long this has been sitting in there, but evidently a while. Well, it's got to be a little while because the number 4 did not come out last fall, and that was the first fall.
Yeah.
So now we're talking at minimum October, November of 22.
Mm-hmm.
But given the humidor that this thing was in, oh, dude, yeah. Given the humidor this thing was in, this could be from like 2019, to be honest. I don't even know. Yeah. So anyway, fun. So I'm going to go ahead and get my cigar lit up. Oh,
I'm getting straight fucking raisin bread.
There you go. Raisin bread, not raisin toast. And I don't have the drop for that. I am not a Cigar Authority ripoff, despite what everybody might be, Although I will say I don't have that drop, but I do have this one.
Oh my God.
Some say cigars are all the same. It's just not true. It's you I have to blame.
Hey.
Well, I don't know, because what I know, there is a cigar called Aladino
Corojo. Aladino
Corojo.
Aladino Corojo. They say authentic, so we're not confused, while the others say it's a word that's just abused.
I guess that's so. They can't compete. At least I'm sure Aladino can't be beat. Corojo.
Aladino
Corojo.
It's the longest
Aladino Corojo. Aladino Cigars use authentic Corojo tobacco from JRE Tobacco. This is the greatest commercial you ever heard.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the longest. Ed Sullivan gives me shit about my closing music on the podcast, but I'll say that commercial is like a minute 16 or some shit like that.
It's absolutely ridiculous, and I love it.
Okay, so I just want it for the record, for everybody to say, you approached me and said, hey, Nick, I got a thing to talk to you about. Husto is getting all kinds of people talking to him about this commercial, the Corojo commercial, and he wants to know if you can start playing it on your podcast. And you were like, can you reach out to Dave and see if you can get it?
That's exactly what happened.
It's exactly how I remember it going down. It was on one of these episodes after because we always chat afterwards. Afterwards, you were like, hey, by the way, blah. And I was like, Well, I can see, but that's kind of their intellectual property. So we'll see if I can like get it. But I was like, I also don't know if they would mind hearing themselves elsewhere too. So
Yeah.
yeah, and I don't
Well,
think
I'm
they
glad
did.
that they agreed because
Yeah.
this is going to be Cousteau's day.
You know, if there's nothing else that I like doing when I wake up and get out of bed, it's making Justo's day. So I'm glad to hear that.
He hated that commercial at first.
Really?
Absolutely hated it. And he's like, "You're not going to believe what those guys recorded, David, Mr. Jonathan. You're not going to believe this." And he sends it to me, and I'm like, that is hilarious and memorable.
Yeah.
And it was like, no, I like this one better. And he sends me one that they did while he was up there, and I go, "Yeah, that's fine. It's professional, but like, I'm never going to remember what he said."
Yeah. This
And
one is going to be memorable.
Yeah, and I was like, just let him run it for a little bit and just see what happens. And then it just keeps going on, and now Husto is like, "No, it's the best. This is the best idea ever. Like, we gotta go all in." He's leaning in now. He's all happy.
Well, dude, it's one of those things. It's like the Jose Dominguez, the filling in the donut. Look, it's the one. It's a commercial you remember, and in this case, it's one you remember. I still think that Eric Newman should have stuck with the El Baton, the wheels on the bus.
No, I thought that was good.
I thought it was good too. It's like Dave always says, the butt plug. I thought that was good. So anyway. Oh shit. So the cedar off of this thing is still just the predominant like flavor note right off the bat for me. It's so interesting to me. So I have a number of humidors. I have the one that this one came out of, which is kind of your basic big 250 count cedar lined, box. Then I've got my Tupper doors, and I've got like the Winador that is not plugged in. I don't think the motor works, but it's sealed and everything, and it's nice. But it's funny to me how the cigars in that box, the cedar line box, more than any of the others, they just absorb that cedar component to them.
Beautiful.
It's so cool.
It's the best. That's like one of the most fun things. Like if you don't age cigars and have fun with it, like you're missing out on a lot of just cool shit to do. I mean, things take on a life of their own.
The retro hail on this thing is so smooth.
Yeah.
Like, dude, that's the thing. I don't know how long I aged this, but like it seems to have slightly mellowed out a little bit. Like, not that I feel
Let me
like
ask you this. Did it have cellophane on it?
no.
Okay, so that wasn't from 2022.
Okay. So it's at least
yeah,
2021 or probably. Is there a way like look, I have the band and it's got the little like barcode there. I don't know if like you guys in your system, if I can give you the barcode number, you could like be like, maybe,
Yeah, we could probably look that up.
I don't know if there's like a date built into that. Sometimes when you get a barcode, there's like a date built into it or something like that, or it doesn't look like it based off this, unless it was either 2006 or 2012, and I doubt that. No. So, well, fun. Yeah, no, dude, it's smoking wonderfully too. The draw on it is amazing, and it's a nice night. We had some storms roll through, and it cooled it off, and it's a little humid, just a little humid, but I don't know. And I want to say, there's a very real possibility. It all depends on, just kind of how things roll and whatever else. But it's a very real possibility that you are the last guest in the JRE Tobacco Aladino mobile studios.
That would come full circle. That'd be cool.
It is very possible that as of the next episode, which again, just to remind everybody, I am taking Fridays off this month because of a shit ton of life. So next Tuesday, we'll have another episode, but I think that one, if all goes according to plan, will be the first one it will not be remotely set up. So like if you're wanting to like look at it and see, what it's not going to be anything near what it's ultimately going to be, but the Aladino JRE Tobacco Aladino Studios will be
where you're going to put it.
Well, that's the other thing. So the house does not have an outbuilding. So right now, it's gonna be probably in the garage, but it's okay. I've got, the nice thing is I have a back door and a back window that, leading to the backyard from the garage, plus the garage door, obviously. And so, I've been doing a lot of reading in terms of, ways to smoke in the garage to push the smoke out and keep it going and odor eliminator and air freshener and this and that, whatever.
Yes. You're not
You
going to
know,
smoke in that
I'm
garage
making
forever.
it happy. No, it's a temporary thing.
So here's the great thing is that you own the garage.
I do.
You can smoke in that bitch all you want. You can let it hang.
Oh, I can. It's
You
true.
let that smoke hang.
I just also happen to have a likeness of collecting paper goods, and so that's the only thing is I just want to make sure that the smoke and the paper goods don't intermingle.
Oh, I think it's kind of cool if they do though.
I mean, okay, so you're into sports cards and everything. You're gonna be smoking your, you know, around. I mean, I guess you do have some sports memorabilia behind you as like you're sitting there
As
smoking.
I'm smoking. In
Yeah.
fact, if we go down here, I hide the stuff that's currently being worked on, but all of that's all inventory that I need to go through.
Wow.
There's
Okay.
a lot of cards.
There you go. I mean, I did buy an oxidizer, like one of the little things to oxidize the room, and that
How many
way,
comic books are you going to store in the garage?
dude, you have no idea the collection.
But you're going to put them in the garage, not somewhere else?
I gotta find some. Well, everything's going in the garage to start with.
Fair.
Like this weekend when I'm moving, dude, everything except furniture is going in the garage, and I'm taking it into the house one box at a time to figure out where it's gonna go. Because there's no way. There's no way I can figure out where it's gonna go. In terms of a permanent home, fuck, man, I don't know. I mean, that's the one thing is that not that I'm picking on my house at all. I like my house. I wish it were 3 bedroom. If it were 3 bedroom, it's 2 bedroom. It used to be 3. They knocked down a wall, so the master suite is really big. But I'm also not gonna put muscle racks with fucking comics all over them in my master bedroom. It's like nothing says yeah, come and sex me up a couple thousand comic, but well, more like at this point, probably 17,000 comic books, so.
Hey, now see, I would think that, generally speaking, but something happened in my life. I think it was this morning where everything came together, and I don't know how it came together, but the girls in that video would probably get turned on.
You did send me that video, and yes, you're right. They might, but I'm just saying. I think at this point, the comics need to they're gonna find a home. I just don't know where that home is gonna end up being in the proximity of the house.
I'm a big believer that you have to have, if it's something that you love and you cherish and you get a lot of enjoyment out of.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about the vajayjay. JJ comes and goes. You think that Hulk #2 that you got is going to go away? No, it's with you for life. It'll be there longer than any woman you've ever been with.
This is true.
Enjoy it. Figure out a really cool way to display it. And if any woman wants to judge you on some bullshit like that, guess where she can go?
Well, yeah, no. That's look, at this point, it's always starting off conversations with, so by the way, I smoke cigars and I collect comic books. And then it's we'll see where it goes from there. So
that should be just fine.
I think so. It's fine for some people. It's not fine for others. But you know what? I'm too old to change my spots. So
see, here's the big difference between men and women here. You're self-conscious about this and you want, you want you want to be presentable to women. You want them to like you.
Oh, I
And
just want to put it out early so that I don't waste time talking to them just for them to shut me down later. That's what it really boils down to for me.
why do you care?
Because I don't want to waste my fucking time talking to somebody and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, you smoke cigars. And then it's like, oh, I've just wasted 2 weeks or a week or whatever talking to this person. And as soon as they find that out, it's over, you know?
Bro,
I'm
it's
not
all
saying
over.
I care about that. I'm saying I just don't want to waste the time.
I mean, are you on dating apps?
I mean, at this point, no, only because realistically, dude, like I am so fucking busy that I don't have time for any of that.
Let's say,
So
like, you're gonna talk about, like, I don't want to waste my time. That's a waste of time.
profiles are paused, let's put it that way. But yeah, so yeah.
That's a waste of time. This whole
Oh,
charade
I know.
is a
I know.
waste of time.
Well, okay. So it's funny you bring that up because I was reading something the other day and it was very, very intriguing to me. And it was talking about how the algorithms on those sites are all designed to set you up with people that maybe you think are good for you, but actually are not good for you because
That's
they
what keeps them
know
going.
exactly. They know that if I go out and I find true love, that there goes 2 customers right there. So they want to make sure that, like, you get close, you have some fun, but they don't want you to have the permanent fun.
Well, it's the best setup for that anyway, because just based on numbers and convenience, you're not
Oh,
going to
well,
have
yeah.
fun anyway. It's all designed to not have permanent fun. The whole thing is designed.
Well, and 80% of users are men chasing after 20% of users that are women. And of those women, they're picky. So they're going to automatically discount some portion. So now
No,
you've
no, no.
got,
You're being way too nice.
well, I'm just saying.
80% of the women are banging the same 10% of dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's so skewed. So skewed.
Now I want you to do some more math.
Okay? Oh, boy. I'm not good at math. That's why I became a writer.
You got a calculator?
I do, actually.
Just do some quick math here.
Okay. All right. We can do quick math.
Let's say you got a girlfriend, right?
Okay.
Knowing how women, us men hit on women
Oh, boy.
in a day, how many dudes do you think would hit on your average woman?
Are you talking on a dating app or just in life in general?
Dating app plus real life, the whole shebang.
Well, the dating app's simple because that's just a swipe, maybe a little message to go with said swipe. So she's going to rack up numbers high with the dating apps.
So here's number one, these numbers are going to be higher because now you're assuming that your girlfriend is also on a dating app.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's valid. So
it's a girlfriend.
Okay. So I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna shoot high in my estimate and say I'm settling in between 5 and 10, so I'm gonna say 8, just as a
I think that's
ballpark
probably
number.
not out of the question. I don't think it's ridiculous. So 8 guys a day times 365 days a year. That's 2,920 dudes trying to bang one chick. Do you think she's going to say no 2,920 times?
I mean, you would hope. If she's your girlfriend, you would fucking hope.
I didn't ask if you hoped.
I mean,
let me put it to you this way. If 2,920 chicks tried to wrangle your peen over the next 365 days,
I would definitely have an ego that nobody could contend with. Let's put
how
it
many
that
of
way.
them would you?
Well, given the fact that, like, I'm sitting here over here single. I mean, I could go, 8 times a day at that point,
So just think about that. If almost 3,000 people tried to bang you in a year, you're gonna
Yeah.
That's how many women, like that's how many options they have without the social media.
Wow. No, it's God. Thanks. You've just given me a whole new phobia. Um anyway.
Throwing it out there. This is simple math, folks. Like, do the math. Don't men need to stop being, men need to stop
ignorant. They need to stop being ignorant. Don't be ignorant.
Ignoramus.
That's so ignorant. Don't be ignorant. Okay, so I have another totally switching gears here. Completely and totally switching gears here. I had somebody point out to me this week that RFK has made friends with ravens.
Like Raven Simone?
No. Like the birds, like big black birds.
You don't got to bring race into this, bro.
Dude, it's not a freaking race thing. It's just New York.
We talking the ones with the purple hue?
Robert Kennedy Jr.'s conspiracy of ravens. Yes. Apparently, since his youth, he has kept ravens, peacocks, crows, owls, homing pigeons, and guinea fowl as pets. He trains hawks and hunts with them. But he put out a freaking TikTok video.
No, wait. Back it up. You said conspiracy.
I don't know what conspiracy, but
you said conspiracy. What's the conspiracy?
He's got these pet ravens.
Yeah, I'd say that's not normal.
No, they bring him baubles and shit, and they show his their babies to him and whatnot. I don't know. It's the New York Times. It's the name of their article. Robert Kennedy Jr.'s conspiracy of ravens, but I guess I could click it, but I don't know if I actually have.
A bunch of ravens. Is a group of ravens called a conspiracy?
Oh, maybe because a murder is a group of crows.
Crows.
The presidential candidate keeps two of his free-minded birds as wild pets. They're much better behaved than his old emu Toby, who would attack his wife Cheryl Hines.
No, emus are mean.
Yeah.
Group of ravens called.
I don't know.
I would not Google that.
Why?
One proposed collective noun for a group of ravens is an unkindness.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay. Well, you know what? That makes a lot of sense. And I'm going to bring this up. So Blackbird Cigars, they used to have the Raven, and I guess somebody else, maybe whatever, all their cigars are kind of bird themed, for the most part in name. And they switched the name of the Raven. They had to, I don't remember the exact details, but they switched it, and it's now called the Unkind. So holy
That's
shit.
Probably what it is.
You totally just connected dots that I didn't even know I needed connected.
Just exposed it to the world without even knowing it.
You really did.
Why would it be called that?
Their collective noun is an unkindness, or wait for it, a conspiracy of ravens.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Now it's all starting to make sense.
According to the New York Times there. So
wow.
I don't know. You may have just said that, and I may have been focused on unkind, and
no, I said that's what we got. I was like, perhaps a group of them is called a conspiracy.
Oh, yeah. So according to the New York Times, that's accurate. So anyway, but dude, this is the world we're living in. I don't want to get super bogged down in the politics and everything, but it's you got the two main party candidates that there's so many problems on both sides. And then you've got this dude who, I feel bad for him. He had a brain worm, and I feel bad for him with everything that came of that. But he's also got pet ravens. I mean,
I don't want to get you kicked off of YouTube, but just Google why he talks the way he does. He didn't just have a brain worm. It was something else.
Okay.
Perhaps he was injured by something.
Okay.
Google it.
Okay.
And then he got the brain worm too. So yeah, I mean.
Then you got Joe Exotic running for president, but apparently he's not on the ballot in every state. Although neither is RFK, so whatever. But it's so fucking weird. This is why I was saying, is this Trey Mac announcing his presidency? Because like, by God, I could get behind that.
Yeah, I don't really need my slogan, Trey Mac 2024, a man you can get behind. I don't really.
A chicken in every pot and an Aladino in every ashtray. I think we could get behind that idea. I mean, fuck, dude. We can just get Husto to run if you don't want to do it.
No, I don't think that's a good idea. No, I don't think. He's too honest.
We need that.
Yeah, well, the world isn't ready for that.
We could use an honest president. Why
not? We have one. What are you talking about?
Why? You talking about Biden?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. We'll just
He's a really good golfer.
He's right here. I hear he's a really good golfer. Got a pretty good handicap.
Not really a good stander or a walker. Great golfer.
I like how he was the one ripping on Trump about, I would golf with you if you could walk it and not use a cart. And I'm thinking, boy, yeah. Who's the one there that whatever. Well,
and I don't know if the whole world has like seen this, but CNN didn't cut their camera feed off at the end of the debate.
Okay.
And if you can go ahead and Google this and watch it, and no, it's not a deep fake or a cheap fake. This didn't cut their cameras off, and Trump just turns around, waves, and like walks off the stage.
Yeah.
Confident.
Yeah.
Biden had to have his wife come up, and she grabbed him by the hand and helped him down the step. One step.
Well, dude, he gets lost with stairs. That's been proven. There's many, many videos out there where he gets lost.
I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying like it makes you a bad person, but I mean, like, it doesn't make, if you can't walk down some stairs, maybe you shouldn't be leading the free world, and that's okay. It's okay to like be past your prime. Hell, I'm past my prime.
I have to say, you do look more mature and older tonight, and it's because of the glasses. It took me 37 minutes to figure this out. Normally, you're in sunglasses.
Yeah, switch.
And you opted for the just regular like readers.
And I haven't dyed my beard in like 6 weeks.
Well,
So I got the old Santa Claus thing going.
Dude, the gray is distinguished. You got to embrace the gray.
It never really came in the way I wanted. So if you notice, there's like a line.
Dude, trust me, I've got patches of it, and depending upon the lighting and photographs, it looks like I have the spottiest, patchiest beard ever because of that shit. I actually need to trim my beard in the worst possible way. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. Actually, I need to get a haircut and trim my beard. But anyway, of course, I didn't go and get my beard trimmed by like some like fucking rock star like you did.
Oh, you saw that, huh?
Oh yeah.
The guy's
Trey Mac hanging out with rock star barbers.
Yeah, that barber that has 250,000 followers.
Yeah.
That guy's absolutely really good. I gotta give a shout out to him. I can't remember what his name is. I got his number. Oh, Smash. His name is Smash.
Smash
the barber in Houston, Texas.
So like when he's done and he whips the cape off, does he just go, "You just got smashed"?
He should.
He should.
I guarantee you that dude's smashing. Because like, I mean, you saw like he made me pretty.
I mean, yeah.
He's not.
It's a thing. Okay.
Yeah, it was like $150 for the beard.
Holy shit, man!
Yep.
Husto's paying you well.
Oh. You know what the best part of Smash is?
What's that?
He freehands everything. There's no guards, no nothing.
Ooh, that's a little scary, but on the same time, that's impressive. Yeah.
The whole thing freehand.
Although, you know what? I mean, I wouldn't do it freehand on myself because you're doing it in a mirror and all that. But I think maybe if you're doing it on another person, you could have a little bit better control.
So $150 for the beard. but he spent over an hour on my beard. Like, I can't even fathom that. I spend like 5 minutes on mine, and I'm like, can't get this thing to do what I want to do. No,
Yeah,
he did it for over an hour.
That Corojo spice is coming through at about the little bit
Halfway through,
close to the halfway point on this, and on the retrohale, the spice is starting to really creep in over that cedar. But anyway, neither here nor there. No, that's impressive. I mean, I know I've seen some really cool barber booths at like the TPE trade show and things of that. And some of the companies have had fucking barbers on hand to give retailers like haircuts as they're placing their cigar orders and shit. So that's pretty cool. But look at you branching out, getting $150 beard trims.
Like, I love going to barbers anyway. I do. But that was a whole nother level. That was like wizardry.
Yeah.
And so I was like, man, like,
you're spoiled now. That's the problem.
And here's the thing, like, if you could do that like a couple times a month, your confidence level would be through the roof.
Yeah.
Because, like, I mean, you're looking fresh.
Yeah. No, I'm with you there. But like I said, you're fucking spoiled. What are you gonna do now when you have to fucking pop into a goddamn great clips?
I don't do that. I gotta do it myself. Like, there's like, for me, a barber is a very like intimate thing.
Oh, completely. Because you got the hands and the hair and everything like that. I mean, like, I'm not saying that in a sexual way, but that level of touch, that is an intimate touch right there.
Yeah. So, like,
I mean, not that you know anymore, but that's what I'm saying.
But if you go to a barber like Smash, he also takes a straight razor to your head.
Oh, fuck.
Yep.
Okay.
Dude's legit. Anyway, so, I had a couple of barbers in the Kansas City area that I trusted for a decade, right?
Yeah.
That was awesome. And then I moved out here to the middle of nowhere and then started traveling everywhere.
And you don't have anybody.
No. So it's kind of frustrating. Like, it would be nice to find a good barber in every city I go to and just hit them up when I'm there, get something taken care of. But the good barbers usually have, a line.
Waitlist, yeah.
Yeah. So
and you can't just pop into town and be like, hey, trim me.
No. So what I need is a bunch of guys like Smash that really like cigars.
There you go.
And be like, yo, I'm coming to town. I got what you need. You got what I need. How about you rub my head?
See? And there we go. Now we're back. Back to the dating app part of the conversation.
That would be, I mean, honestly, like, I like the girls that are like straightforward.
Oh, you've been all about the hot tui, girl.
Yeah.
We don't need to get any further than that.
Oh, we can get into that.
I'm just saying, the Instagram reels between you and I back and forth on that have been fast and furious.
She got right to the old ticker, man. Like,
well, you're the one who told me about it. I had no idea who the hell she is. And all of a sudden,
like, as soon as I saw that video the first time, I sent it to every single person I could find. Like, the world needs to know. So I was a little bit ahead of the game, like maybe by just like a little bit. But no, I fell in love, and Haley, I know you're gonna listen to this show. I'm still in love. Have been from day one, like 10 days ago.
He will provide you all the cigars he possibly can.
Yeah, whatever you need to put in your mouth, I've got you covered.
Hawk Tui all over that.
Yeah, for sure. And we could run for president together.
Ooh, now there you go. Trey Mac and Hawk Tui 2024.
Yeah. So instead of a chicken in every pot, it'll be a hawk for every cock.
There you go. All right. So let me. Oh God, I don't know if I want to go down this road.
I'm gonna make a T-shirt like right now.
I've got a fucking
right now.
I've got a question, and I'm just like, this is one of those moments where I'm like, Is this where I'm gonna take this?
Yeah.
Here's my whole thing with the Hawk Tui girl. Do you really want the Hawk? Because I don't want a loogie being, you know what I mean? Because like when I hear Hawk Tui, I'm thinking it's very guttural, very sinusy, very throaty, very like loogie-ish. And I don't know if I want a loogie being spat on me.
Depends on, how much you've been gagging recently.
I'm just okay.
Put that in the equation.
All
And
right.
you brought it up, and I'm just giving you the science behind
It's
it.
true. It's
Also,
true.
like,
we can let it go.
again, back to a conversation that we have had before we got on here. Like,
God. Oh God.
If a little bit of loogie is what you're most concerned about,
It's true. It's true.
I mean, you're gonna stick your tongue down her throat anyway.
It's true. Yeah. Okay.
And
That's valid. I'll give you that. You gotta wonder what the Hawk Tui girl's dad was thinking about that weekend that went like stupid viral.
I'm assuming, like, again, I'm not a father, so I'm gonna sound like a real jackass here. But I'm good at that. But I'm assuming he's just like embarrassed outwardly, and inwardly he's probably like, she'll be able to keep her man.
I raised her right.
She'll be able to
God. Oh dear God. It's like, just one of those like.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
I just, what are you gonna do?
I mean, let's just keep it 100.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but that would be like one of those things where, like, if that was your daughter, you'd just be like, "Damn it, Haley."
Oh, that's right. You know her name. I don't even know her name.
Oh,
I just know the Hawk Tui girl. She got into some concert. Didn't the country singer like brought her up on stage and shit?
Yeah, I mean, she should be. I know there's a lot of people that don't like this girl, and I think they're just jealous.
Well, it's her minute of internet fame.
Yeah, but if you want to get into that rabbit hole, I think we've had some conversations tonight, but there's a couple rabbit holes we could go down.
Oh boy.
We
had a plan for this episode, even, and here we are.
Anyway. All good plans,
this is how conversations with you go. It's okay.
There are people out there that think that she was an industry plant.
An industry plant?
Yeah.
Like a porn industry?
No. To her credit, actually, maybe another reason for me to fall in love with her. She got instantaneously famous. Like this is like the quickest rise to fame that we've ever seen, thanks to the
yeah.
If she was I've used a lot of bad words tonight. I don't want to use another one, but she could have very easily, the day after that went viral, started an OnlyFans and made millions of dollars with.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
But she didn't.
It's true. I don't even think she's got much in the way of social media, does she?
Well, she does now, and that kind of goes into this little conspiracy.
Okay.
So, in fact, she shut down her social media as soon as it went viral.
Okay.
I don't know. Have you looked into much about Miss Haley?
No.
So, she actually does not go to school.
Okay.
So a lot of people thought she was a college student. It's not true.
I mean, she looks about the right age for that.
Yes. She's 25, I believe.
Oh, okay. A little older than I thought.
Yeah, and she works at a spring factory.
Okay.
Mattresses.
Okay.
But she has already quit that job.
Oh, is she a mattress industry plant? Like you got to get those mattresses bouncing?
No. She's made like $70,000 in 1 week just selling hats.
Good for her.
So yeah,
if you're
she
gonna
probably
get that
made,
internet moment of fame, fucking exploit it, dude.
yeah.
Yeah.
Haktua hats, $70,000 sold in 1 week.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
Did you
she
buy one?
no. In fact, here's how upset I am. The first time I saw that, I sent to somebody that I'm trying to start like a t-shirt business with.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I told this person, Haktua 2024, we got to be the first to print. And she took 2 days to respond to me. And then
Somebody else got it.
yeah, well, she got it.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah, but neither here nor there. But the fact that she went dark on social media and then started up within like 10 days and had a team of lawyers and people following her around with cameras. And I believe yesterday or today, I can't remember where I read, she's already signed with a talent agency in California. And she's apparently moving to Hollywood.
But all she did was say that you got to spit on that thing.
No, anyone could have done it.
Yeah.
But it was also the way she did it.
Well, she was very enthusiastic. I'll give her that.
Yeah.
But,
so there's a lot of people that think that she was an industry plant, that this was like, here's what we need you to do. If you do this, we think it'll go viral and then springboard your career.
Oh.
So go do it. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. I think that's it seemed too genuine for me to believe that.
Yeah. Yeah.
This day and age, I don't think anything's impossible, because like my other favorite chick is that motherfucker's not real plane, the crazy plane lady.
Yeah.
Love her too.
Yeah.
And there's some weirdness around that for sure. I don't know how much you've gotten into that one.
I just assumed she was like on a fuck ton of edibles or drugs or something and just kind of lost her mind.
Maybe I've done enough diving into her.
Yeah.
That would be an episode.
Oh my God.
That one.
I missed the monkey meme. It was right before the Haktua girl. They're like, oh no.
It's the
monkeys.
best. Oh no.
Fucking, it's this monkey from one of the Planet of the Apes, and like you overlay him over some wretched thing, and it's like, and he just looked at, oh no. I even made a reel with that. I had a cigar that, like, when I was smoking it, like the center of it was like cored out because the freaking tobacco, like, we had a giant void in the tobacco. And I took a picture and I was like, doesn't it really suck when this happened? And I put the little monkeys. Oh no.
Here's how we do this. Holy shit.
It's my one and only TikTok. If anybody goes on TikTok and they find the Cigar Pulpit, it's the one and only video I have on my TikTok.
I'm going to make you a great meme right now.
Oh my God.
Before somebody that listens to the show does it, because right now I'm shocked no one's done it.
Okay.
You have a picture of the Haktua girl.
Yeah.
And you have a caption, when you're a proud father, and then you see your daughter do this. And then you have the monkey, and it brings it all together.
I want to bring the monkey back. He was on the rise, and then the Haktua girl came along and cut his legs out from underneath.
Bring them together, just like
yeah.
did. My girl Desi. If you don't follow Desi XOXO, you're out of your mind. She's the best e-girl on planet Earth.
Oh my God.
The best.
E-girl. What is an e-girl?
What's an e-girl?
Yeah.
Like a gaming chick.
Okay.
Like, esports is like
yeah.
So e-girls are like, they're like a mixture of gaming and anime. If you've ever heard the it was
so they do like the streams and the various things.
Yeah, it's a whole genre of chicks called e-girls.
This is all shit that makes me feel so old, by the way.
Yeah, you really are slipping. I'm not gonna lie.
You have your hands in all this, and you've managed to stay involved. I will freely admit, I feel very old right now.
So if I tell you, do you know what an uwu girl is?
No, not at all.
Okay, so one of my favorite memes of this past like 2 years, and be careful because once I send this to you, you're gonna get addicted.
Oh God. Ooh,
It's like
there's
this
the
chick.
spice.
So uwu, there's an uwu voice.
Ooh goo.
Uwu.
Ooh woo.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so like there was this whole like thing that went on. It's for the last 2 years. It's this chick talking a normal voice, and she's like, "So I don't know what you thought I was gonna be like. You thought I was gonna be like one of those chicks and talk like in an uwu voice, like whatever." And then she goes, "Uwu," and like she is,
And that's the thing.
Uwu voice, and it's the hottest thing ever. Like you'll understand. I'm not a sexy
Okay.
girl,
Okay.
so I can't pull it off for you.
Yeah. But she
I
does.
can. Yeah, bro.
I'll say this. All I want to do is hear one of these uwu girls say, "Sit, uwu, sit." Good dog.
Well, you could probably pay one of them to do this.
But you know what I'm talking about from the end of the fucking sitcoms back. Sit, ubu, sit. Good dog. It's like, I don't know.
No,
Shit, now I
so
want a dog named Ubu. Just so I could do that. Sorry. I'm all over the fucking place
no.
tonight.
So I gotta send you after this is over. I gotta send you
An uwu girl.
the Uwu meme and Desi. Again, if y'all aren't following Desi XOXO,
Okay.
anyway, she brought together. They did a collaboration, and it was the Hawk Tua remix plus Desi and her kittens, plus the newest kitten, which blew my mind, which is an amateur star that I did not. Many people don't know about this amateur star. She's been the best thing since sliced bread for several years now, and they were all together in one Instagram reel, and I was like, okay, I'm done. Like, in fact, like nothing will ever compare to this moment. Like 2024, my last 5 years of life just all came together in one perfect.
There are a lot of my listeners right now that are sitting back going like, you're saying words, and I know they're English, but I don't know what they mean in this combination of,
you guys all have a Google machine. So if you don't know what Hawk to a Girl is, then I feel bad for you. Like, you're really living under a rock. And if you don't know who Desi is and e-girls and uwu, you Google all of this stuff. It's going to change your life. And if you really want to have your life changed and like come up with a lot of things to do in your spare time, morgue pie. Go ahead and just Google morgue pie. And I guess it makes sense because she's also a gamer girl.
Okay.
I'm just giving people shout outs here.
I get it. I get it.
If you're not following Smash the Barber in Houston, Texas, like what are you doing?
The Barber. Yeah. No. I mean, I don't have the kind of money to get my beard trimmed for $150, but by God, if I did, I would do it. Because I'll admit the pictures were the proof in the pudding right there. I mean, like I will admit your beard looked on point.
And if you go on and mine is nothing because I don't have like a dramatic beard. If you go and look at his other stuff, you're like, that doesn't even look real.
Interesting.
Like, it doesn't look. There's a lot of it. I was like, that has to be CGI. Except for I was there when he did that guy's beard, and I know it wasn't CGI because I saw it happen in real life.
I'll be damned. Okay. Well.
So anyway, I don't know where are you going next because I'm the train is rolling here.
Fuck, I don't even know, man. I mean, I was talking about, this, that, and the other. We were talking about RFK and his fucking crows and ravens and shit and everything.
Ravens got me thrown off, but crows, that's a whole different thing.
What about with crows?
Ravens, like, well, you're talking about two of the most intelligent species on planet Earth.
Oh, dude, crows and very, very bright birds.
And I have a lot of experience with crows. Which leads me to like try to stay as far away from ravens as possible, because if ravens are a leveled up crow, I want nothing to do with it. Because
ravens will fucking kill you. Ravens will fucking kill you.
Oh, no, crow kill you too. Trust me.
Well, I'm just saying. I know raven. Well, never been proven, but ravens will fucking kill you. Just talk to fucking Ray Lewis.
Oh my God.
Fucking ravens will fucking kill you.
Hey, he's not happy with you.
Hey, he fucking killed the dude, and I don't think that dude's happy either.
Oh, that's Ray Lewis.
Allegedly.
He didn't kill anybody. He didn't kill anybody.
Ray Lewis?
Yeah,
Come on, dude.
he didn't kill anybody. I hugged him.
You know he fucking like allegedly. You know he fucking stabbed that dude.
No, he didn't. No, I'm a Ray Lewis fan. I got pictures of me and Ray together. I drank with Ray till like 5 a.m. one night.
Mm.
He didn't try to kill me.
Well, then you're better than the other dude. So, you got to go for it.
He's not Aaron Hernandez.
That's true. That one is at least proven, Well,
Yeah.
and he's dead now. So, guess it doesn't really matter.
Let's go back to the real murder. Fucking crows.
Fucking crows. Yeah, crows. All about crows.
I got a crow story.
Oh, of course you do.
The year was 2000.
You have a lot of stories.
I've got a good story. Now, the year was the spring of 2005. Spring of 2005.
Okay.
Probably like March-ish. And I was going to school at the University of Kansas, and I walked everywhere. And there was this hill I walked down.
Okay.
And to go to class, big hill, Kansas University, very hilly, steep. It's part of it.
Really?
Yeah. In fact,
I say that actually with all due, with all of the surprise I could muster, considering Kansas is one of the flattest, most boring states to drive through.
Yeah, except for Lawrence, Kansas is built on limestone formations.
Ah.
So the entire city has like the only elevation changes in Kansas. And they say, how do you tell the difference between a freshman at KU and a senior? Look at their calves. Tells you all you need to know.
Okay.
And it's very true. So it's a very you do build up calf muscles at KU.
Okay.
So I got to go down this big hill, and then down a ravine and back up this other giant hill. And I'm walking home from class, so I'm going down the hill. I got to go back up the hill. While I'm in this ravine, I hear the worst noise. And if you've heard this noise before, you know it's the worst noise ever. The noise of a rabbit dying.
Yep. It's a horrible scream. Horrible scream.
Can't take it. Like,
yeah,
it's bad.
It is bad.
So I hear this rabbit dying, and I gotta like help it out. And I'm looking, what's going on? Where's this rabbit? And I see these two fucking crows. And they got this baby bunny trapped, and they're just pecking it. I'm not having this. So I run over, I kick one of the crows, I shoot the other one away, and I grab the baby bunny, and he looks like he's okay. He can make it. He's not tore up. I got there in time.
Yeah.
He's scared to death. So I take
because there's some fucking bald dude with $150 beard trim fucking hold. Yeah.
I actually had a mohawk at this point.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Get on Facebook and find those pictures and let me know. So I pick up this bunny and I run. I got to find somewhere to put him because I know what's going to happen if I put him back down.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I find some really thick bushes. And I take him into these bushes and lay him there. And, he's scared to death. And I'm just like, dude, those mean old crows can't get you in here. Like rest and recover and go about your business. And I'm thinking, did my good deed, feel better, saved a little bunny rabbit, hoping out there some chicks saw me do this, I walk out. I see I got to go up the hill. And before you know it, these two crows decide they want to kill me now.
Oh, shit.
These things are going so fast, and they're going as close to my face, like, and another one, and they're chasing me. And next thing I know, I'm like, no, these things are, all it takes is one beak to the skull. I'm probably done with how fast.
Yeah.
So I just take off running up this hill as fast as I can, and these crows are And I get up there, and there's the dorms. There's people watching me because it's created a spectacle. The crows are chasing this guy, and I ran into the building, and the crows didn't stop until I hit the door, and they went away. Okay,
Okay.
funny, ha 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 ha.
Kind of. Yeah.
Next day, I get up in the morning to go to class. What do you think happened?
The crows fucking swamped on the way to class.
Chased me the entire way. What do you think happened when I decided to go back to the dorms after class?
They chased you on the way home.
Oh, wait. This went on for an entire semester. From like March, April, May, 3 months. Which then got me being like, there is no way they know who I am.
Well, they obviously do.
Right? I would try to disguise. It went on every day, so I was trying to disguise myself and everything. And finally, so I started doing all this crow research and about how smart they are. And guess what? One of the things that they are great at, they remember faces. And any university that studies crows, people that study crows wear masks when studying the crows.
So that they can't be identified. And here you come along, punting one and shooing away another to save their lunch. They're pissed.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and him and his little brother or whatever it was, they didn't forget it.
Then one day, this baby elephant came flying at you because they trained him how to fly, and you were really boned that day.
Oh. So I got this thing against crows, man. But I have a lot of crow knowledge now because I got so interested in them after that. Dude, I could tell you all sorts of things about crows and like how actual smart they are. They're bananas.
You're such a bizarre onion. Every time we talk, another layer gets peeled away, and it's just like, it's so interesting to me.
I don't think you want to get too deep into the onion.
There's so many layers. I would have never imagined that you were like this crow expert from having been chased by one for 3 months.
Oh, dude,
Two,
crows,
I should say.
They know how to, they can use vending machines very well. They know how to use vending machines.
Well, I know they bring money to people. Like if you feed them, eventually they bring you prizes and gifts for feeding them and stuff. Yeah. So they start bringing you money. Yeah. That's what I want. I want a bird that just brings me money every day.
Here's how much of an asshole they are. They can fly, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead and Google all these studies and videos and everything you can about like New York City, for example. The crow can fly whenever it wants to. What does it prefer to do in New York? Use the crosswalk.
Just to make fucking cars have to
they
stop.
Know, no. They know they watch the light.
Seriously. So they walk with the light.
Look it up. Crows have learned crosswalks lights, and they.
So fascinating. Okay. This is a whole sub interest that I had no idea you had.
Well, apparently me and RFK have more in common than just not being able to talk, right?
You sound more like Joel there than, RFK. Just saying.
It sounds like too much.
I mean, he's going to be at Owlmania.
Joel is going to be at Owlmania.
Owlmania.
Yeah.
Which, in all fairness, I thought it was a celebration of birds, but apparently it's a local baseball team called the Owls, and they're having a wrestling thing at the baseball field.
Do you know what else is happening at Owlmania?
I do not know what else is happening at Owlmania.
Joel is throwing out the first pitch.
Oh, fuck. Has he been practicing?
I hope he's been practicing.
Because, that is like one of those things that if somebody asked me if I wanted to throw out a first pitch at a ball game, I'd probably say no. Because I would be deathly afraid of embarrassing myself. And if I did have to do it, if it was like one of those like, fuck, dude, I got to do it kind of things, I am going to be practicing day and night every day until that pitch takes place.
Day and night.
I'm just saying, I'd blow a rotator cuff trying to, like, practice to throw out a ceremonial first pitch.
You kind of have to. I mean, like,
you don't want to embarrass yourself.
You're going to embarrass yourself anyway, so
not necessarily. You could do it well.
Here's what. There's not going to be any videotape of this.
There better be.
Joel's going to be like, I threw that thing like probably about 89, maybe 91, straight down the middle.
Fucking fireman, straight down the middle. Kenny Powers got nothing on me. Oh shit!
Joel he's the Kenny Powers of cigars.
That's the next career, because at some point, he's gonna be too old for wrestling. But maybe he could get into like minor league ball.
Let's not.
He could pull a Michael Jordan. Retire from the sport that he was like, that he loved, and go off and do this other sport.
Definitely not encourage this.
I'm saying, hell, he'd probably do better with baseball only because, you tend to not get dropped on your head that much there.
You'd find a way.
All right. Well, let's do this. It's time for the Villiger Cigars Entertainment Report, brought to you by Villiger. Villiger Cigars, one of the leading cigar and cigarello manufacturers in the world, founded in 1888 and still family owned and operated. Head over to VilligerCigars.com and check the store locator to find a shop near you that carries them. We guarantee that Villiger Cigars will be a wonderful addition to your humidor and cigar rotation. Now, before we get going, I did finish the number 4. Ended on a very nice high intensity spicy kick to it. That Corojo at the end, that final third really got nice and strong. It was tasty, very tasty. But in finding the number 4 in that humidor, I found another Aladino in that same humidor, and I found a Corojo Reserva Robusto.
Bigger boy.
And
how much age on that one?
This one also has quite a bit of age on it. I don't know how much. Has that nice cedar smell to it, so I don't know. I don't know exactly what I'm getting there, but we'll see. And so I'm gonna get this guy cut and lit up, and I'm not gonna go through.
See if one of them has more cedar flavor than the other.
Well, I'm about to find out, and I probably should take another drink of my beverage to help cleanse the palate there.
Oh, me too.
Take care of that. But I'm not going to go through the whole spiel. But since I'm cutting another cigar, the cut is brought to you by twoguyscigars.com. And guys, if you're looking for Aladino products, twoguyscigars.com. They got you covered on all kinds of them, including the Cameroon Reserva and the Fuma Noche. So that's twoguyscigars.com. What?
Didn't mean to cut you off there. Get them while you can. They'll be gone.
Yeah, I'm going to say they're not going to last long. So make sure you get yourself some. Anyway, time to cut the cigar. Now, I also know another shop that got in the Cameroon Reserva. And part of me is a little hesitant to bring it up because I need to make sure I get my hands on some before he sells out. And I don't want to, put it out to the whole world. But our buddy Ken Clarich down at Ash and Ale, I know he's got some boxes of the Cameroon Reserva as well. So
the way we distributed, so that people know.
Yeah.
Lounges got first dibs, but they had a maximum amount of boxes. And then anybody that's been to the farm stores get second dibs. They could, the farms could get 3 to 5 boxes, depending again on performance. And then after that, the other stores that qualified with whatever was left over, we then used we used math, believe it or not.
Math.
Yeah, we used math to figure out the allocation for like our next 100 customers, and 1 to 2 boxes for each of those. So not much. So the retailers out there that have them, they're not going to last long. And it's something special that you haven't had before. It's a flavor profile you haven't had before. It's elegant at the same time. It's well balanced, extremely smooth. And I would love to hear. I can't wait to hear your review of it.
It's why I bought 3, because I was like, I couldn't afford the full box, but I was like, I'm gonna buy 3, and that way I have multiple opportunities to really, dive deep into the thing.
Yeah, I know for me, it was a really fun joyride, I think I've talked about it the last time we were on quickly, but it's so memorable. And in fact, I had a guy that messaged me from Arkansas a couple days ago.
Yeah.
He's not exactly a Cameroon guy, but he
Okay.
always gives he buys every Aladino at least once to see if he likes it. He's not really a Cameroon fan.
Yeah.
So he had to buy him. He bought 7 of them. And after I go, I would like to know what you think of it as someone who doesn't smoke Cameroon cigars. He sent me back a picture with a toothpick and a little tiny nub.
Yeah.
And he goes, "This might be my favorite cigar of all time."
Holy shit.
Yeah.
All right then. All right. Well, I am looking forward to it. It should be arriving my way at the end of we're in July, so it'll be added to I'll get billed on the 20th for the show pack. So it'll be the beginning of August, I guess, that I receive that, and I'll be able to smoke that. So, but now we're in the Villiger Cigars Entertainment Report. So what you been watching?
Not much. I haven't had time to really do anything.
Dude, tell me about it.
I have recently, over the holiday, I had 3 evenings to watch. I had enough time to watch 3 movies, one each night over the holiday.
Okay.
So I said, you know what? It's something I haven't done for a while. Let's do it. And, I know you guys recently had your top 100 or top 10 sci-fi, whatever the fuck you guys did.
Top 10.
Disaster. Yeah. So, we start there.
It's funny. I've done a handful of those top 100 by genre, and then there was the Robert De Niro one, because Noah doesn't watch anything that doesn't have Robert De Niro in it, apparently. And anyway, but the sci-fi one has been easily 100% the most controversial list of all of the ones that I've done so far.
Yeah,
I have caught so much shit, and Dave too, because he included one of the Lord of the Rings movies, I think. Everyone's like, that's not sci-fi, that's fantasy. And I'm like, okay, I can understand. I can see that perspective. But I've caught I've caught a lot of shit for that sci-fi list.
No, and believe me, I was definitely one of those people screaming at the TV I was watching it on.
WALL-E is quality sci-fi, and I don't care what anyone says.
Okay, here's the thing. WALL-E is sci-fi. I do think WALL-E is good for many reasons.
It is.
If you told me it was in the top 30, I'd be like, cool, that's respectable. WALL-E should be respected. If you told me top 10, I'd be like, okay.
And then I go and make it number 1.
Yeah, you were like, numero uno. And I was like, oh, there's no fucking way. There's no fucking way.
I mean, dude, I put Rocky and Bullwinkle on my Robert De Niro list, for God's sake. So,
You did, but it does count.
It does. And in all fairness, I didn't even have 10. I think I had 8. I think I stretched with Rocky and Bullwinkle to get to 8.
God.
So
I was a little upset, but I decided let me watch some sci-fi. That's usually what I go if I have time to watch a movie. I usually want to do something sci-fi.
Yeah.
And because I'm 39 years old now, as it turns out, I've watched a lot of sci-fi.
Okay.
And what I found out was there's really not much I haven't watched.
And now you're struggling to find something.
So I go ahead and end up picking 3 sci-fi movies that are, I guess within the last 10 years, which I would call recent, because the movies for the last 10 years just blown goat's ass anyway.
Dude, it's not. I mean, look, unless you're a comic book movie fan, it's been kind of slim pickings.
Bad. So I decided to watch 3 that, were decently rated and cool, whatever. And I was pretty unimpressed actually with those three movies. Yeah. I did the one I did think was better than I anticipated. And I hadn't watched it, even though I know it was a big box office hit. The Martian.
Okay. Matt
Which
Damon.
yeah, Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
So I had to give it credit. It was actually better than I thought, but really I think it was, if it was anybody other than Matt Damon, it probably would have been pretty terrible. But he pulled that movie along as he did the entire planet of Mars and humanity for that. Better than I anticipated. Would I put it in the top 50? Yeah, probably not. 100, sure, whatever. Worthwhile if you're extremely bored and want to watch some shit about Mars with Matt Damon.
Okay.
And then Passengers.
I don't know that one.
Okay, so here's the thing with Passengers is that apparently it was not a theater movie. It wasn't a box office movie.
So it's one of the streamer movies,
which is really incredible considering who's in it. It's oh my gosh, I'm blanking on the name. The guy from Jurassic Park.
One of the Chris's. Pratt.
Chris Pratt, and oh my god, I'm getting old here.
I don't remember either one of them.
The chick that had her photos leaked with the hot tua on her face. Oh no,
dude.
Don't know about
you got to give me more to run on with that.
American Hustle.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Okay.
You don't know
okay. That? Nah, I don't know that one.
She got her phone hacked. It was awesome.
Oh shit. Okay.
Anyway, you got Jennifer Lawrence and what'd you say his name was? The sexy
Chris
dude?
Pratt. Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Well, dude, I'll tell you, you're saying that you're surprised by that with that kind of star power, but like realistically, all these streamers have been releasing movies with big name actors and they don't go to theaters. I mean, how many movies has The Rock and Ryan Reynolds and whatnot been in for Netflix? I mean, like heist movies and shit that like never make the theaters. John Cena has done 2 of those Vacation Friends movies for Hulu that never made the theaters. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff going, and that's been kind of the part of the problem in terms of being able to track, new movies these days, is because if you're only looking at the theater, you're only seeing that like top 2%, like big blockbuster shit that they know they can make a bunch of money on. But all this, the catalog stuff that they used to release, like at, let's say January and February and kind of like those odd times, they're just throwing them all on the streamers are the ones paying for and making that stuff.
I think they're making more money.
It seems like it.
But I'll say this about Passengers. So if you've never seen it, I'll just give you a quick little preview. Because I do think it's worth watching. I do think it's a better movie than I want to give it credit for. But if you want to watch sci-fi, probably not. Don't do it. It's not really. It's set in the future where Earth is not exactly the place you want to be. If you could escape Earth, you probably should because it's overpopulated.
Okay.
And so there's a new planet that we have a company's already bought. And they've already got there's a whole corporation.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a 92-year trip. And they put you in hibernation pods.
Oh, okay.
And so they're having people go pioneer and settle this new planet. And Chris Pratt, something happens, and he wakes up like 9 years into the travel.
Oh, shit.
He's got a ways to go.
Yeah, a little bit.
And then some other things happen. I won't spoil the movie. But if you're looking for sci-fi, the sci-fi part of this movie is pretty dog shit.
Okay.
It's pretty bad. But I will say this. It's one of the most genuine real love stories.
Okay.
As if you want to watch a love story, like let's say you've got a wife or a girlfriend and she
Yeah.
wants some fucking love story,
And you want to watch sci-fi.
This is one you can watch because it's not like, it's not some Hallmark pie in the sky BS where somebody gets raped at some point in time. Not like that.
Oh shit.
No. That
I don't know how many
Hallmark
Hallmark movies involve rape, dude. I'm just
okay. I'm thinking of Lifetime. Lifetime.
Okay, I was gonna say Lifetime has that.
So the Hallmark movie.
That's the one where the rich businesswoman from New York goes back home to the little town because it's Christmas time and she's got no time for Christmas. But then the hot dude working at the hardware store is like giving her the eye. And eventually they go out a couple times and she falls in love, and now she wants to move to the little town and abandon her rich life in New York City to live in Podunk, Virginia, and watch the Christmas lights get lit up. Yeah.
So Hallmark, I forget. Like Hallmark basically ripped off Lifetime. Hallmark was like, what if we did these same movies just without the rape? That's the only difference.
And cast Lori Loughlin in like a third of them. Yeah.
So if you're like, you don't want to watch something, either one of those two, you don't want to do that. But a really good love story that will make you and your partner be like, oh, screw that. I know why he did that. Oh, but F him. And then like, oh, she shouldn't do. Oh my God, I understand why she's doing this now. Like, it's actually pretty genuine, and you're like, oh, it actually really gets into the complications of actually loving somebody.
Okay.
And also the nature of being a man and the nature of being a woman. So,
oh boy.
Sorry, Passengers. Great love story, terrible sci-fi.
All right. Okay. Well, we got that going for us.
And I got one more, but I'm gonna wait. I gotta quit talking. It's your turn. I've been an ass.
Dude, I'll be honest. I don't particularly have much to contribute to this segment because I have not been watching much anything. I did have my son this past weekend again, so obviously lots of story bots. I'm trying to think of what I've watched lately, and I really haven't watched much.
Is he like sci-fi?
Max?
Does he have like a genre that he really likes?
Thomas the Train.
Okay. So that's Thomas the Train. What were you just mentioned one though, that
the Storybots?
Storybots.
Yeah.
Does that have any sort of futuristic thing involved in it or no?
So yeah, I've mentioned Storybots on the show. I don't know if I've ever explained the concept. So the concept is that there's these little robots that live in the computer. And so the kids will ask a question to the computer, like, where does chocolate come from? Or like, how does the eye see? And then they're talking with these little robots, and the little robots then go out in the real world and find the answer, and then come back and tell the kid like how it happened. So it's an educational show. You learn a lot of
science fiction too.
It is kind of science fiction. In fact, there's one all about recycling that basically is Mad Max. Like they go to a like junkyard or a landfill, and they learn all about recycling. But like, dude, there's like mice with like missing eyes and driving motorcycles made of bottle caps and shit. And it's like, they're like, oh, he's the chosen one. He has the symbol and all this kind of shit. Like it's straight up Mad Max, but like
it's
about
kind of low key awesome.
Dude, it's a decent show. And the thing is, the fun thing to do with Storybots, every episode has like some celebrity guest. So like Edward Norton plays like shady electronics salesman, and like, he comes along, he's doing his Italian accent, man, and all that. And he's like, selling TVs, but it's fucking Edward Norton. Snoop Dogg's in it. In one episode, I mean, like, who's the fucking dude who played Ted Lasso?
Yeah.
Is that Jason Sudeikis? Is that who that is? I don't know. Anyway, I think he's in one. Dude, I mean, like, fucking, there's tons of actors. Every episode, there's a different, like, famous person that pops up. And, yeah, it's kind of fun to see how they pop up in it. So anyway,
I'm pretty sure that is Jason Sudeikis. Yeah,
is it Jason Sudeikis? I always get him and what the Andy Samberg, but that's the Brooklyn Nine-Nine guy, and it's not him. I think it's Jason Sudeikis. But anyway, so
but that's kind of like, honestly, if I had a child, I would hope that what's it called again? Bots, some sort of bot.
It's Storybots. Ask the Storybots is technically
so
the name.
If I had a kid, I'd be like, okay, Storybots is cool. Thomas the Train's always been cool.
Oh yeah.
That's going back to my time. Like, hell yeah.
Well, I mean, dude, back in our day with Thomas the Train, they had fucking Ringo Starr as the narrator and George Carlin as the fucking like conductor dude.
It was awesome.
Right? Like we had that, you know? Yeah.
And then I would probably be like, you know, and then it wouldn't be shocked if my son was also like, and I like this show about, you know, beats and music with the giant studded dildo. And I'd be like, oh, Yo Gabba Gabba, it's pretty tight.
I met Broby at a Comic-Con. I have a picture of me doing a double thumbs up with Broby. I'll have to find it.
I really got into Yo Gabba Gabba.
Dude, it's this dude in a giant fucking Broby suit, and I'm like doing the double thumbs up with Broby.
Oh my god! I wish they would have had the dildo monster there. That'd have been like,
yeah, it wasn't the dildo monster. It was the green,
the one-eyed studded.
It was thing. It's the fucking. He was green, and I didn't know. I knew he was Yo Gabba Gabba, and somebody told me his name was Broby, so I've just run with that forever.
You never watched it?
Nah, Yo Gabba Gabba. I didn't have a kid at the time Yo Gabba Gabba was a thing, and I didn't.
Yo Gabba Gabba is legit. Like, teaches them like beats and musical progression and stuff. It's actually pretty smart. It's pretty cool.
Okay. I actually had no idea.
So your kid's into some cool shit.
Yeah, he likes his stuff. I mean, and you know, I swear to God, his favorite episode of Storybots is what happens to the stuff when you flush the toilet. And it's all about, you know, how it goes down and the pipe connects to this pipe, and then you go to the thing in the sewer, and then that leads to the water purification plant, and you learn all about how the water is purified and then released into the natural water streams and things like that. You learn about the bad bacteria and how the good microbes eat the bad bacteria, and then they hit it with the ultraviolet light and shit. Like, I learned all about how water is processed when you poop, you know? So like, I've learned shit from this show. It's legit.
And what young human being doesn't get interested? Like, where does that go?
Yeah.
Let's teach them. I think that's cool.
Yep. So anyway, so you said you had one more. Shit.
Oh yeah. No, I haven't watched it, but I was actually
setting myself on fire here. Anyway.
I was actually thinking about watching it the other night, and when I had some time to watch a movie.
Yeah.
It had been a while, and but then I was like, oh, let's watch some new sci-fi I haven't watched ever. Let's try something new. Oh, what is that? Off. Gotcha.
The bugs be biting. That's why I need to have an outbuilding for the Aladino Studios at the new house. Is I want to be able to just keep the bugs out. Just sit and smoke, keep the bugs out.
We'll definitely hook you up with some cool shit to put in the outbuilding.
I mean, if Aladino wants to sponsor the outbuilding, I mean, dude. I mean, we'll put the logo above the door. We'll put the big mural that's in all your boxes on the wall and shit like that. And all it'll has to cost Husto is a cool $15,000.
Okay, well, that's okay. I'm not saying we're gonna buy the outbuilding.
I mean, I'm just saying if you want to be the studio sponsor, I mean,
we can deck it out.
Anyway,
Husto would be like, oh, we could do that. We could help you out with that, but we're gonna need you to get a tobacco license, and we're gonna need you to put some walk-in humidor in there, and
I'd put a walk-in in. Yeah, that'd be great. Have a nice underground speakeasy cigar shop in the middle of a neighborhood. All my neighbors are like, why do you have all these guys just randomly showing up and going to your backyard? And it's like, well, you know, whatever.
Yeah, you're like, I don't know why.
I have no idea.
But Anyway, we're gonna do something trick though. We're gonna do
Okay.
Anyway, so I
What's the
almost
I was like, what did you almost watch?
this
Or
all
what-
comes full circle now.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
always been full circle. But I was this close to watching The Crow.
Oh fuck! More crows.
I love
The
that
old-
movie. I'm
with
a
Brandon
huge,
Lee. Yeah.
huge fan of that movie. Like,
It has
And-
been so long since I watched it. I will freely
and I
admit
really
it.
like how the South Park episodes based around The Crow. Those are, if you haven't watched those either,
Fuck, I don't know those.
basically,
Dude, there was a moment that I knew that I was caught up on South Park. And then somewhere along the way, I like lost track. And now it is splintered into so much shit with like movies and specials and this and that and whatever. And fucking Randy's owning a pot farm with Towley. And I have and fucking Mr. Garrison became president for a while. And I truly and honestly have no idea what's going on.
oh, and they just put out the Ozempic movie.
I did see something about that because I guess Lizzo got really pissed off because she was like named as like some new drug. Like, it's like, I'm embracing my fatness. I'm going to be like Lizzo or something or whatever.
Lizzo should just be happy anybody's talking about her.
her.
Okay, The Crow. So I'm gonna give you a 2 here. Number 1, The Crow, the movie. Actually, it's pretty good. I like The Crow.
Yeah.
But then,
Older movie. Now
huh?
they're making it the older one, right?
I think it
Brandon
was
Lee.
90.
It was in the 90s.
93,
Yeah.
early 90s. Yeah.
Now they're making a new version.
I probably don't want any part of that.
Okay, all right.
But if you watch the South Park, it's one of the Halloween specials,
Okay.
and Satan is throwing this big Halloween party. You remember Satan? How
I do remember Satan, and Saddam
Oh.
Hussein was his gay lover.
Yes, and so
Yeah.
Saddam's in this episode as well, and
Hey, buddy.
oh, so Satan is throwing this big Halloween party, and he was like, "Oh, we have one rule this year: nobody dresses as the Crow, because everybody knows Halloween comes, all the guys dress up as the Crow because that's the guy that all the chicks want to bang. Nobody dressing up as the Crow, so we can all share the girls." And then the Halloween party shows up, and Satan's the last person to walk in, and he's dressed as the Crow.
Dressed as the Crow. I mean, it's appropriate for Satan to like throw down a rule, and okay.
That's a great South Park episode. But The Crow, very underrated movie, and I really do think that Brandon Lee was gonna have a career. He did quite well in that movie, and
retro hail. So I lit up I said I lit up the robusto. Sorry, I interrupted, but the fucking cedar on this thing, it's not as strong as on the number 4. So I don't know if the smaller size just absorbed more of it or if it was in there longer. It's probably that it was in there longer. However, there is still plenty of cedar to it. The spice level on it is definitely higher than that number 4 too, which makes me wonder how long that number 4 was sitting there. But the spice level on the retro hail on this thing, I'm I don't know, halfway, give or take, and it's there, it's present. It's that you're smoking Corojo, Aladino Corojo spice. Let's put it that way.
Aladino
Corojo. Anyway,
but you don't get it so much on your tongue. You're getting it in the retro.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm not getting a whole lot on the tongue per se. I'm getting the cedar on the smoking experience. The spice is coming through in the retro.
Yeah.
And
I tell people all the time, like, Aladino is really, people that fall in love with the Aladino are people that retro frequently. That's our stuff shines in the retro, all of it, hands down.
Okay.
And I'm a retro whore, so of course I love Aladino.
Why not?
But I haven't smoked any of my aged reservas for a while. I should probably
just break one out. Just give it a shot.
At some point.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm sorry. We were talking about The Crow. You were talking about an underrated movie, and you were talking about how Brandon Lee had a career ahead of him based off that movie.
Yeah, and then he died on set.
Yeah, I was he shot himself with a, loaded weapon. Or did he
Yeah,
shoot himself or was he shot? I can't
no,
remember.
he was shot, and apparently, see if I'm remembering this right. It wasn't loaded, but there was a fragment in the gun,
Okay.
and the fragment was enough to kill him because I think the shot was like within 10 feet.
Okay.
I believe that's the story. I haven't really dove into this for quite some time, but now you got the old brain here churning with all.
Say,
I
it's all
keep
that crow knowledge.
all this crow knowledge up here, and anytime that sparks it, and I think, oh yeah. But then there's the whole conspiracy that, well, his daddy died,
He did.
and perhaps this was all some sort of big setup. Perhaps there's more to the story than people want to believe. It's really weird that father and son both died in similar situations. And I don't know how deep you want to get into that, but I don't think a lot of people look into it. And even the Lee family tries to, let's not talk about this.
Yeah. Huh.
There's
why
some.
Would they want to off Bruce and Brandon Lee?
I
mean, I'm not.
You want to get into it?
Yeah, I'm not familiar with the conspiracy
at all.
Not really.
Really?
I'll admit this is a new conspiracy for me.
So okay, wait.
Like I can't imagine why anybody would want to kill Bruce and Brandon Lee.
So okay, before I get into it at all, what did you think how they both died?
Well, I knew how Brandon died. I mean, I just kind of assumed that was an accident. I'll be honest, as I'm sitting here, I kind of thought Bruce had some sort of disease or something, didn't he? But I don't know.
So that actually like muddied the waters quite a bit. In fact, Bruce he was having seizures.
Yeah.
For I don't remember. It's been a while since I really looked into this, but it was like 6 months before he died. He started having seizures.
Yeah.
But then when he actually died, they said it was a painkiller overdose, I believe was the actual diagnosis.
Okay.
Which also didn't really make a lot of sense. But if you want to get into what's interesting. So Bruce, he was becoming a big thing.
I'd say he was a fairly big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a sensation.
Yeah.
Like some other people that we know that have died under suspicious ways that have gotten oddly like semi-covered up. I'm thinking Prince, Michael Jackson, to name a few.
George Reeves.
Well.
Hey, there's a lot to that one.
There is.
Yeah.
And if no one's really dug into the Michael Jackson death and the things he was involved in before he died, and I'm not talking about diddle diddle cat and the fiddle type of shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm talking about other things. In fact, it looks like diddle diddle might have been part of the conspiracy. Anyway, they were all getting control of their entire empire and not allowing the big producing conglomerates or Hollywood to own their rights. There's elements in all of these stories, and Bruce is no different. Before, when he was rising, and then all of a sudden Enter the Dragon and all that was going to take off. You had the Way of the Dragon, the Game of Death, all of that.
Yeah.
At that time, there was a company in control of everything in China called Golden Harvest. They would be like the Warner Brothers of China.
All right.
and they were producing, like, in fact, they produced The Way of the Dragon. Yeah, they produced The Way of the Dragon. And then at that time, Bruce was like, in the middle of that, he was like, hold on, I'm kind of a big deal and I'm not an idiot. Why don't I start a production company and control more of my rights?
Yes.
And so,
and China didn't like that.
Him and a man named Raymond Chow. Raymond Chow is an important name to remember. They set up a company called Concord Films or Concord Productions. I can't remember. They set up a company called Concord, in which Bruce would own 51% of Concord, and Raymond would own 49%.
Okay.
And that way Bruce had control. This is obviously not making Golden Harvest very happy.
I wouldn't think so.
Because this is like their biggest actor and they're the biggest game in town. And all of a sudden they're losing him to, he thinks he can go out and do this shit on his own. And at the time of his death, right after that, Golden Harvest quickly owned all of the rights to Bruce Lee and his movies.
Huh.
In fact, by the time Enter the Dragon came out, that was, quote unquote, that was Warner Brothers and Golden Harvest working together. And this is all in the span of like 3 years. Like, those 3 movies came out like bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
And so The Way of the Dragon basically was Golden Harvest. When it came to like Game of Death, they were like, no, he can't do this on his own. This is bullshit. And we got to find a way. And I think it was really quickly after his death, they went to Bruce's family. Linda was her name, and she sold the family's portion to Golden Harvest.
Okay.
So then they got the rights to Bruce Lee.
I'll be damned.
And like, they were we'll just put it this way. Golden Harvest was very, very upset with Bruce Lee.
To the point that you think that maybe they could have like had something suspicious to do with it.
Yeah, and they were very tied in with Warner Brothers, and I can't remember if that played into Brandon Lee or not.
I think The Crow, was that a New Line production? That I don't know. I'm trying to remember. It feels like it would have been a New Line Cinema.
If
New
I
Line
remember
Pictures.
right, part of this story was that New Line might have been New Line, but Brandon also didn't want to make the same mistakes his father did earlier, and he created some company too. It had something to do with The Crow. It had something to do with The Crow.
Okay.
Crow Vision or something like that. It's Crow, I don't know, Crow Productions, Crow Vision, something like that. And then he died. All I'm saying is, again, a conspiracy just means a group of people came together to do something.
Yes.
And it does appear as though there were large groups of people with lots of money at their hands that were very unhappy. And then 2 suspicious things happened. When both people were young and seemingly virile.
Well, I mean, Bruce, you had the medical side of it, and that's where it gets maybe suspicious there. Brandon, I mean, that was played off. I mean, like I said, that was played off as an accident. So I mean, that maybe is even easier to like dismiss.
I can
for
think
the
of
average
another
person.
actor recently that's also trying to play something like that off as an accident.
Mr. Alec Baldwin.
Yeah. Oh, there's an accident.
No idea. Yeah.
And somehow the Alec Baldwin gun was damaged by the people that were examining the weapon.
Oh, really?
Oh, you don't know about this?
I haven't kept up on the Alec Baldwin stuff. No.
Holy shit, you got to.
Okay.
I can send you plenty of like really good people that follow every part of the trial. And
so the gun was damaged, though.
yeah, well, the gun wasn't damaged until it went into custody.
Ah.
And
Well,
somehow it got damaged in custody. Which is probably not normal, I would say.
I wouldn't think so.
And I believe the armorer chick is the one that took the fall. And the more you look into it, the more it feels like I don't know that she had a lot to do with this, but somebody had to.
Well, yeah, somebody other than Alec Baldwin had to be the one to take the fall, right?
Yeah. And oddly decided to point his weapon at the chick that he'd been fighting with the whole week and shoot her. When he didn't have to point it at her. That was like not in the program. There's a lot of weird, lots of weirdness surrounding that one.
Weirdness in Hollywood. Who knew?
Yeah, who knew?
Who knew?
Anytime you hear something weird happening in Hollywood, you're like, this not really adding up. And 9 times out of 10, you're not wrong.
Okay.
So there's your conspiracy today. That one just kind of popped up, but
I love it.
I wish it's not fresh in my mind. I don't exactly remember it all, but I remember there being enough weird shit to be like, oh, there might be something to this.
Okay. All right. Well, now that we've gone down the conspiracy rabbit hole in the Villiger segment, let's do this now.
Guess what, motherfucker?
It's time for 3 cigars we smoked and enjoyed this week. And with your friend in mind, Joe Exotic, giving a shout out there.
Shout out to Joe Exotic. Did I say this on a podcast recently that I got to say hi to his family the other day?
You did not. I don't believe you mentioned that.
Well, not to bring the show down, but my mom went to school with Joe. They rode the same school bus together. He was a little bit younger than her, but he was on school. And his family, they have a big farm not too far from ours. In fact, they're a big family with several farms out there.
Okay.
And Joe's family came to my mom's funeral this and got to say hello to all of them. Joe never came up in conversation, but
I mean, I wouldn't think he would.
Nevertheless, so Joe, I need to talk to him someday. Like,
dude, yes. I mean, he's technically doing jailhouse interviews, and I've threatened to see about trying to get him on and everything. I just don't. It feels like work trying to go through his people to figure that out. And I don't even know how a jailhouse interview would go. Like, is that a Zoom thing? Because I know he's doing some video chat with some of these people and everything, but I'm trying to think of what I would actually talk to Joe Exotic about.
Oh, dude, there's plenty.
I mean, I'm sure there's plenty, but I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it would be one of those conversations where I know that he would say something and I'd have questions and I'd poke holes and then he's going to say, and it's just going to go back. And I don't know.
No. There's a much easier solution to this. So when I worked for Major League Baseball, one of the things that I learned after being in that organization for a while was a lot of these, especially the old retired ball players.
Yeah.
They don't want to talk about baseball.
Yeah.
They want to talk about other things that they do.
Uh-huh.
So it'd be really fun just to talk to, this is part of his name. His name is not Joseph Maldonado Passage or whatever the hell he goes by.
Yeah.
His last name is actually Shrivogel.
Shrivogel.
Shout out to Betty Shrivogel. Thank you.
Okay.
talking to me. But it'd be interesting to see what Mr. Schreivogel thinks about other things in life that are not related. And who knows what rabbit hole that'll take you down.
I can only imagine.
Ask him about old Betty's wheat. You never know.
Betty's wheat.
Yeah, they grow a lot of wheat out there. Schreivogel's
Okay.
Everything.
Okay.
They kicked everyone's ass in 4-H every year.
It's the shit you learned. You had no idea. So 3 cigars you smoked and enjoyed this week. You got any? What do you got to share?
I've got a new one that I had never really heard of or paid attention to.
Okay.
It was I was at a shop and they said, if you want like a really good, like $7 cigar, something you can smoke all the time, you ought to try this Ramon Bueso.
Ramon Bueso.
Yeah, I believe Ramon Bueso used to work for Oliva.
Okay.
And now he's out doing his own thing. And I grabbed one of each blend. I believe there was 4. They were all good. There was an Oscuro that I really thought for $7 was fantastic. I think I paid $7.50 for it.
Okay.
But that was kind of like I love finding hidden gems like that where I'm like, oh, this is nice and it's not going to break the bank and no one's heard of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, Ramon Bueso Oscuro was great. In fact, they were all 4 of them I smoked were fine, but that was the one that was most memorable. Very good.
Okay. So my first one that I'm going on, I'll admit, with life, I've had like 2 days out of the last, we'll say 8, counting today. I've had 2 days where I've smoked more than 2 cigars. So I have not been at my normal batting average here lately. However, there was one that I tried. It was actually on the 4th of July. 4th of July. I was out and about running a few errands, found myself over in St. Louis, went by the Hill Cigar Company because they were open for a little bit. And I was buying a few cigars, and the new owner, Tron, there, he was running a special or something. And he highlighted this one cigar, and I was like, yeah, fine. I haven't had it. I'll try it. Why not? And it's the El Mago, the Miami Maduro Toro in like a tube, and it had this picture of this couple on the tube and on the band. And the story that Tron told me, and you may know this already, apparently it's the gentleman who owns the cigar company. It's his grandparents. And, they came to the United States. They kind of, formulated their life. They owned a hotel. And so all the colors on this Maduro were the colors of the hotel and all this kind of shit. Well, his grandparents died you remember when they had that condo collapse in Miami?
Yeah.
Yeah, they died in that.
Nuh-uh.
Uh-huh. And so he has their picture on their cigars in honor of them because they died in that condo collapse.
Wow.
Yeah. That's really cool. In terms of a cigar, it was a solid Maduro. It was a really solid Maduro. I enjoyed it. It was, is it like the best Maduro I've ever had? I mean, I won't say it's like lights out like the best Maduro I've ever had, but it was a good cigar and I really did enjoy it. And knowing a little bit about it kind of helped, I think. But it's like all things with cigars. If it's got a story behind it, I think it helps. But it was a solid smoke. I mean, I smoked it driving home from the hill, and it held up really, really well. And I dug it. I liked it.
Okay, now for stories, I'm going to interrupt you and ask you not to freak out.
Okay.
But this story might be going on for a while. I'm starting to notice.
Okay.
Freak out. But I believe over your left shoulder, there's some
fuck, dude. Like that way?
Yep, you're about to touch him.
What is that?
Is that a spider on your shoulder?
Oh shit, no. It was a little beetle thing or something. Dude, I've got the ring light going so that I can be seen, and like
Oh.
every fucking insect in the neighborhood is like converging between my patio light and the ring light. Had it been a spider, yes, I would have flipped shit. I just showed the patio light. Anyway, had it been a spider, yeah, I would have flipped shit.
You were telling that story, and at first I thought it was a piece of ash. And then I was like, I think it moved. And I was like, I should tell him about this.
Well, see, here's the thing. I'm doing this on my iPad. You're very large, and I'm in a box about this big down in the corner. So I can't really. All I can see is like, am I looking at the screen? I can't see like, finer point details like that. So no, I'm glad you pointed that out. That would have been. It would have gotten in.
Until
Dude, it would have gotten in my beard, and I'd have been like, "What the fuck?" All that. It just, yeah. We don't need that. We don't need that. I appreciate that. So what's the second cigar you smoked and enjoyed this week?
Oh, I mean, hands down, I can't go without mentioning the Corojo, the Aladino Corojo Reserva.
I'm looking forward to it. That's all I can say. I have mine on order.
It's in my top 5.
Son of a bitch.
In my top 5.
Okay.
I was trying to push it into my top 3, which I could make that argument, but I feel like I have number 1 all time, and then I've got like 4 others that are fighting for whatever position.
Okay.
And you can't get any of the other 4, so that's the only one that's currently available on the market.
Okay. Well, that's fair.
Yeah, that cigar blew my mind. It's so different, and I can't quit talking about it. I freaking love it, and I'm hoping there's going to be more.
I mean, I am too. I mean, I would like there to be, because I'm only getting 3, so maybe more if I get in touch with Ken and get more, but we'll see. But the next one that I had, also a new to me cigar. I'm trying to highlight stuff that's kind of new to me that I smoked this week. But I think this is going to be the last of the new to me's. All the rest of them I've smoked before. I smoked the newest expansion to the Sancho Panza line. It's the extra Chido, Chido. I have no idea what that is. We looked it up. Tom, I was with my buddy Tom, and we looked it up, and I guess it means like cool or smooth, extra cool or something. So we're like, okay, like whatever. It wasn't bad. I still like the extra fuerte. That's the red band one. This is kind of more of a turquoise kind of band one. Very dark cigar. But it smoked wonderfully. Construction on it was really good, and it lasted a long time. I got a lot of time out of that smoke, so I will give credit where credit's due. And the Sancho Panza extra, I guess, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right or not, but I'm gonna just say Chido, Chido.
Okay.
So
check it out.
Wasn't a bad cigar, and it was. That's the other thing. It was relatively inexpensive. I think I got it for like $8.
Oh, that's awesome.
Dude, these days, if I can find a new cigar to try for like less than $10, I'm gonna try it.
I get it. It's getting harder and harder and harder to do.
It is.
And being on the production side, I understand why, and it is what it is.
Dude, and I get it. I mean, that's the thing. I've heard people talk about, the price of this and the price of that, and I know tobacco is, double what it used to be, and from some places and everything. And I get it. I get that the prices have all gone up. You got to pay rollers more, this and that and whatever. And that's assuming that you can hang on to your rollers. I know that's still an ongoing issue. So, I mean, I understand. But on the flip side, dude, there's only so many dollars to go around, and it's one of those things where, I gotta make sure the dollars go as far as they can go.
I do think it creates opportunity, and with the opportunity is also, there's a downside, but with the cost of everything going up, it is damn near impossible these days. And anybody that buys bundle cigars knows.
Yeah.
Cost of bundles has like doubled.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of that is because you can't make any money on bundles anymore, because your labor costs more than anything have made that basically impossible to do. But what
Damn, this thing's a smokestack.
Oh no, that thing's smoking like a mofo.
Oh, it is.
But I think what that does is creates an opening for that $6 to $7 cigar. Because, okay, you're not making any money on bundles, but can we up the tobacco just a little bit, create a long filler experience that's in that $6 to $8 price range?
Yep.
I think that's where I think the bundles are going to slowly continue to go away, and you're going to see more people produce some like really nice $6 to $7 cigars.
Dude, the one that I come back to a lot of times in that price point, is the Charter Oak series from Foundation. Yeah. I mean, those are relatively inexpensive cigars, but I mean, aside from the fact that the early box that I had of the Habanos had a very, very thin wrapper to where I had a lot of cracking issues. The second or the most recent box of them that I had none of that problem. And so I don't know if they just fixed it or what was going on, but that cigar, by the time, you buy it, it's like maybe like $100 for the box. Yeah. I mean, that's not bad in the grand scheme of life.
No, we've recently dipped our toes into this water because, again, we're also, sadly, I love our bundle cigar, but we're trying to get out of it because the only way to remain competitive in the bundle market now is to go to machine rolled.
Yeah.
Which I'm not against it. I just, I think we prefer not to do that.
I get it. Well, and and I don't know, and I'm saying this off the top of my head without actually doing the research real quick, and I'm trying to remember it. But I know that when the federal government, imposed their stuff about cigars and everything, there was that definition of what is a premium cigar, and it's handmade, correct?
Correct.
So, like, if you're doing machine made, does that count?
That's debatable at this point in time.
I was gonna say, I know there's machine assisted, which I know, like JC Newman at their factory. Precisely, exactly. But like, yeah.
I will say this: there are some prominent cigars in the industry that are machine made.
Really?
Prominent.
Really?
Not necessarily cheap either.
Ones you wouldn't even know, huh? Well, I'll be damned.
I'm not naming any names, but it's
you will after we're done recording. I'll say that.
It's pretty easy to figure it out after you know how things are made.
Okay.
And again, I'm totally not against machine made. The thing I'm against is that it's taking jobs and money out of the people in Central America. That's my biggest issue with it.
Well, they need it, obviously.
They do. That said, though, the one thing we're getting into, we put them in 10 stores. Rancho Luna, which is like that's kind of our answer to the Charter Oak. We have a Habano and a Connecticut that in our little test pilot collection of stores, they're out there. MSRP is $6.
That's nice.
Yeah. And they're very nice, very well made, not machine made. And I think the easiest place to get them right now would be route30cigars.com for anybody that doesn't have one of those 10 stores to go to personally.
Yeah.
10 stores is not many.
No.
Route30cigars.com does have them. Rancho Luna, Connecticut, Rancho Luna, Habano. And I would expect by the fall, we'll probably go full blast with those.
Okay.
Because they are very tasty and very well made and not going to break the bank.
Well, you guys had the Rancho Luna out before. And I remember then there was talk of like rebranding and this and that and whatever.
It is rebranded. It looks nothing like the old Rancho Luna.
But I guess you kind of pulled it back and kind of really took it down to the studs and rebuilt it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see with this test market. They've done really well over the last 8 weeks. We've had them in these 10 stores.
Yeah.
So I think it's good to go for this fall, more than likely. And I think, the world needs more cigars in that price range.
I don't disagree.
So
well, and not to not to sound like I'm being critical, because obviously, you know, I love Aladino and I love the brand, and you guys obviously know what you're doing. But in all fairness, the Sumatra release last year was a slightly higher price point. The Fuma Noche, I think I paid like 15, $16, for the Fuma Noche today. The Cameroon Reserva is coming in at like $22, $23, for that. So, your price point for some of the I'd say more special. I don't want to say like the core line, because the core line I don't believe has really seen like any sort of drastic increase. Just maybe at best like the annual increase that everybody freaking does. But like, the special ones, they're not like the $100 cigars that you've seen some of these brands do, but they're also not like the $10 cigars that, maybe you guys have done in the past. And so, this doing the Rancho Luna thing kind of sounds like a nice addition to the portfolio, because it adds that, like you're talking about, that $6 to $7 cigar along with the core line Aladino, and then the special stuff where, when you're having a really good day and you want to celebrate, you've got something you spend a little bit more money on and get a really quality smoking experience with.
Yeah, and the culmination of all that is the reason we can do those two things. One, our company established our core line before anything. And now at this point, we have a whole portfolio of core line, all that are very well priced, all obtainable, and all going to give you a great experience. And with the development of that core line, then we could, up the primings on all of these things and start doing some special things. And we talk about our Sumatra and Fuma Noche, we would actually make more money on both of those cigars if we just sold that tobacco.
Yeah.
That tobacco that we're using in both those cigars, just Sumatra by itself, the price of Sumatra leaf has skyrocketed.
Well, it doesn't surprise me. I mean, fuck, everybody and their brother started coming out with Sumatra stuff recently.
Yeah, you're talking about like quadrupling in price of Sumatra leaf just in the past.
Interesting.
So we could make more money just selling that to people that need Sumatra. We decided to come out with it ourselves. We're proud of it. And because of that, it's going to be a pricier cigar. And then the Cameroon Reserva, we've done Cameroon long enough now that we've got enough of that super high priming stuff to do something special that's never been done before. And in fact, you could say at $22 MSRP, we're actually shortchanging something that's never been done before.
Yeah.
And at $22, I guarantee you're going to have a great time with it.
Well, and shit, that Cameroon's aged what, like 6 years? I think you've told me in the past.
6 to 8.
6 to 8 years. I mean, yeah. So it's not like it's like fresh off the pile, like rolled and made, Cameroon.
No, it's all aged Cameroon that it takes time to get to that level.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but on the flip side of those things, both of those, when you're doing enough of those products that might be higher cost leaves that take more time, but you get to the level where you can do something super special, because basically you just have to have enough product in order to justify making a higher priming version of anything. But that also, on the flip side of that, also means you also have enough product now, you can do a cheaper version at the same time.
There you go.
Now you have enough of it. And so that opens the door for us to do both at the same time. Of course, we come up with our special stuff first because that's what gets the love and the attention. And then you're like, oh, and then we have enough of this left over that we can do a cheaper product too. So launch that a little bit later, and maybe it doesn't have the fanfare, but that's neither here nor there. They're great quality products, great tobacco. It's just a little bit lower primings of it, and you can do that now that you have volume.
Well, and admittedly too, it I just literally lost my train of thought.
It always helps when you grow the stuff yourself.
Yeah, I would think so. I lost my train of thought.
At the mercy of buying tobacco from everybody else.
Oh, we saw that during COVID. I mean, plain and simple. We saw brands that had to cancel stuff and stop doing stuff and whatever because they just could not get tobacco from the suppliers that they normally were getting it from. Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
So
What's your third cigar?
my
Yeah,
third
we're still in that segment.
boy, we get long-winded here.
We do.
My third cigar, I smoked. What did I smoke the other day? Oh no. Okay, so and I might have mentioned this several months ago. I don't know if I did or not, but I liked it so much. I smoked another one within the last 2 weeks.
Okay.
And loved it again. So I'm all in on this cigar. It's the new Onyx, which I had never cared for an Onyx cigar in the past.
Yeah.
And it was a retailer that I really trust that told me, you ought to try the new Onyx. I think it's in your wheelhouse. Dude was spot on. I absolutely love that cigar. And I believe, I'd have to look it up. Don't quote me on this. I believe AJ Fernandez did it.
Okay.
Let me look it up actually. So I actually want people to smoke this, and I want to get the name of it right. Onyx Vintage Nicaragua.
Okay.
That cigar was just an absolute. Honestly, outside of the Cameroon Reserva and the Fuminoche, because I'm a whore. But I love the Fuminoche is more in my wheelhouse than the Cameron Reserva. Cameron is like a birthday smoke for me. Like,
yeah,
I want to treat myself to something super smooth and exotic, cool.
Yeah.
You know, her name's Letitia.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, but that Onyx Vintage Nicaragua is like in my day-to-day wheelhouse. Like that would have a spot in my rotation, hands down, 100%.
Okay.
Fantastic. I'm trying now. The first one I bought was way overpriced because that was in Las Vegas.
Oh, well, yeah.
So it was uber expensive, even though I think that cigar in a Toro, I want to say it's like a $10 to $12 cigar.
That's not bad. But you probably paid 25 out in Vegas.
I paid 20, more than 25, I believe, actually.
Fuck. God. You gotta love Vegas. I swear.
But I picked the last one I picked up. I want to say it was like in between 10 to 12 for a Toro. Fantastic smoke. Absolutely fantastic.
Okay.
You heard it here first.
All right. My last one is one that I know I've mentioned in this segment before in the past. I don't smoke it on the regular, mostly because I don't really see them around St. Louis a whole lot. But when I do, I make sure I try and grab one. And it's the Crux Epicure Habano, the newest one with the yellow band on it. Fuck, I love that cigar.
That's another cigar you can smoke on a daily.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
And I'll say this, their packaging is really smart with the, with the boxes with, half the singles, and then they have the 5-packs in there and everything. So, you kind of give, Mr. Jonathan talked about it on one of the previous shows he was on with me, and how like they've been doing really well with that. Cause they have the single, then they have the 5-pack, and then the box, so it kind of adds that third component into the sales strategy,
which is genius. Did he get into it from, because I know other retailers are like, oh yeah, it's good for the consumer, it's terrible for the retailer. And I'm like, well, what do you mean by that?
How's it terrible for the retailer?
But this retailer told, I haven't asked many others, this is just one example, so who knows. But he's like, yeah, they send them in 5-packs. It's like, so half the box I have to manually take out a 5-pack after 5-pack and fill it up.
Or you're selling 5-packs. I mean,
well, but the box is designed to have singles.
Yeah, half of it's singles and half of it's 5-packs.
What he's saying is, to get the singles, you have to disassemble 5-packs.
Oh, so when the box arrives, there's 4 5-packs in it?
No, when the apparently what they're doing, you buy the box, I guess.
Yeah.
And you buy them by the 5-pack. So you'll get like a sleeve of 5-packs.
Oh, Oh, like for refilling on the shelf.
Yeah. So like,
Okay.
was like, and I was like, dude, number one, if you're going to complain about having to take apart 4 or 5 packs in your day,
Yeah.
it's not that big a deal.
No,
And if
it's
it
really not.
decreases the price of the cigar because they're not having to manufacture as many boxes because the cost of these boxes has gotten out of control.
Yeah.
In fact, you retailer, you win as well. You just have to do some labor. You know.
Yeah, and I mean, and if you're stocking it on the shelf, like everywhere I've ever seen the Crocs displayed on the shelf, they have the general, wooden box that everybody thinks of when they think of a box of cigar. And they have the singles on the one side, then they have the 2 5-packs on the other side.
On the right
I, as the consumer, can come in and say, I only want 2 of these, so I'll buy singles. Or, oh, you know what? Screw it. I'll go ahead and get the 5-pack, and then I just grab one of those, and I have a 5-pack. And if I want 20 of the freaking cigars, I just grab the box and call it a day,
Yep. The marketing side of me, the first time I saw that was in Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah.
At this place called Robusto and Briar. If you haven't been there, fantastic shop. I don't like to say favorites, but I love Robusto and Briar. And they do a fantastic job. They display everything correctly. They're the type of people that will go in and talk to you, and they're not trying to upsell you. They just want to talk about tobacco knowledge.
Yeah.
Great place. That's the first place I saw it, and my first the marketing ding 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 went off in my head. I'm like, that is absolutely genius. I love it from perspective, and I think it looks great. It's got eye appeal, and it also has utility at the same time, which is hard to pull off.
I'm kind of surprised nobody's ripped it off.
I mean, they should.
I'm just saying, and you don't have to comment on this. This is me saying it. The cigar industry definitely likes ripping, itself off. Somebody comes out with something, and next thing you know, like everybody's either doing it or variations of it.
It does. Here's the funny thing. I know we've gone like way too long, but
whatever.
And perhaps people.
I'm only doing one show a week in July. People can, we're making up for it. Yeah, exactly.
And perhaps like I'm not talking smack on anybody here because like, and I'm not like joking the gourd on anything here either. But
do we?
Yeah. Retailers, if you're listening, I'm sorry for what I'm about to say. But now that I'm going around to all the Cigars International stores, which is another thing that if no one's ever gotten into, it's not what you think it is. It's a whole different concept. It's not what their online presence is. It's totally different.
Okay.
However, where people save money at CI is through their 5-pack program. It's absolutely genius. And I have actually sent this, and no one's going to be able to do what CI does, because the reason they can pull off what they do is because of the amount of shit that they buy.
Volume, yeah.
But they have a lot of really good ideas that I send to people all the time. Like, hey, I think this would work at your shop. This is what they're doing. And it's always like, fuck CI. And I'm like,
but if it's
Nike.
working for them.
Yeah, let's say I don't like Nike and I work for Adidas, but I see Nike do something that really freaking works.
Yeah.
Why would I not try to do my own version of that?
Yeah.
Same thing. I watched the video on this is hilarious, by the way. Earlier today I watched it was on Instagram. And it was Steve Ballmer when he was back when he was CEO of Microsoft, right?
Developers. Yeah.
Yes, God, when he was sweating.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know. And yelling and shit. I'm not going to attempt that because it's late.
So this was back in like
sleeping.
2007 when the iPhone was launching. And they're interviewing him, and he's just playing it off. He goes, we sell millions of phones every year, and they're coming into this marketplace with no phones before, and now they're going to have the most expensive phone on the market. Have fun. Well, they did have fun.
Yeah, they ate their lunch.
They did.
Yeah.
Like, same thing goes, like, it's really, at the end of the day, this goes for men probably more than women, and all aspects of our lives, and especially in the cigar industry. Ego will fucking destroy you. I
No,
see it
that's fair.
all the time. And I want to be like, put your ego aside. Here's something that works. You can do a version of this. Put your own spin on it. Do your own version. This model works. It's okay to rip it off. You know, maybe don't do it blatantly. Again, be creative and do your own version of things. If something works, try it. Like, there's a reason it works. And it drives me nuts. I mean, one thing from CI, and if anybody goes to cigar bars, they're going to know what I'm talking about. Unfortunately, a lot of cigar bars that I go to, they will have really expensive drink prices.
Okay.
And usually they upcharge on cigars as well. Because, well, bar pricing.
I would say typically from what I've gathered. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And my whole argument this whole time to every cigar bar I go to is like, hey, I could be a total ass and tell you that your prices on our cigars are too high, but let's be real, you're not going to change that. If you want to make more sales, decrease the price on your drinks. People will stay here. You will get more people to come here because your drinks are cheaper.
Yeah.
You will drink more, and the more they drink, they're going to buy more cigars because you got to smoke while you drink.
Exactly.
And like, nobody listens. I go to CI and they get this really cool program where it's build your own combo.
Okay.
So you have the option of buying whatever drink you want. And you can overpay all you want to, if that's your prerogative. Or here's a list of 10 cigars and 10 liquors of varying shelves.
Okay.
And if you do this combination, if you buy a cigar from this list and a drink from this list, you get a big discount on your drink.
Okay.
Genius idea.
Yeah. So what's going to happen? People are going to then buy that cigar. They're going to buy that drink. They're going to, save on that. And rather than buy a second higher price drink because they maybe still have cigar left, or maybe they want another drink and they're like, well, screw it. I'm going to go ahead, do another combo. And now they've just bought another cigar to go with that drink. And full well that one drink is not going to last throughout the entirety of a cigar.
No.
So they're going to get probably 2 drinks for every cigar that they're selling. So, yeah, no.
And little things like that make the difference between.
And the markup on drinks is so significant to where you could still offer a discount on it and still make a ton of money off of that drink. Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
Well,
so it's little things like that. Like, rip it off. It's okay. I think the 5-pack idea is great. I think they pulled it off wonderfully.
You can lead a horse to water,
but you can't make them fuck.
Speaking of fucking good coffee. You can go over to fuckinggoodcoffee.com. And Nick Gervais over there, he's got all kinds of different blends for every coffee palette, going from light roast to dark roast. And, you can try them all. He's got the lounge blend, which is designed to pair perfectly with any cigar. Not it's not like it's just for a heavy smoke or just for light smoke. It's designed to match up with any cigar. But he's got, like I said, all kinds of blends, and they all work really wonderfully with whatever kind of cigar that you might be smoking. So, don't be a fucker. Drink fucking good coffee, and go and check it out online at fuckinggoodcoffee.com. And then in terms of the socials, I'm available on Instagram at Cigar Pulpit. I'm on Facebook, where we have the Pulpit Parishioners group. You can join in the fun there. We have Twitter/X, YouTube, where you can watch this, and also I am still collecting calls for the next Ask the Pulpit episode, so you can give that a call at area code 863-874-0000, and I'm just collecting calls at this point. Waiting to have enough to do a full show. So get those calls in, and the more calls I get, the more rapidly I can do those shows. So there you go. And where can people follow you?
Facebook with my birth name, Trey Mac Shipley. You can reach out to me there. Totally cool. Instagram is much easier because I go to Instagram daily. I don't do Facebook daily. That is Trey Mac Travels, which I like to highlight things other than just cigars. It's more about lifestyle, and cigars happen to be a big part of my lifestyle.
There you go.
So hit me up on Trey Mac Travels, and get ready because there's going to be a lot of traveling here in the next 15 days.
Oh, dude, I know you were telling me your schedule, and it's all over the freaking place.
Yeah.
Do you want to highlight some of those so that people can know where to find you?
Let's
talk about the Trey Mac Shipley tour, the July Trey Mac Shipley tour.
Yeah, so maybe you'll run into me in Kansas or Colorado. That's probably not going to happen because I'll be in the middle of nowhere.
Okay.
However, you can stalk me at the Newark, New Jersey airport. You can then see me on the 18th in Hamburg, Pennsylvania. Then 19th, I'll be in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Then on the 20th, the day after, I'll be in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And then Nashville. I'm going to spend like a week in Nashville, store to store to store to store to store, before I fly back.
Wait a minute. Isn't Nashville where the Hawk Tui girl's from?
You are correct.
And you're spending a week there?
Yeah. I'm going to be...
Oh, damn. I was going to say somebody's going to be on the lookout.
Oh, I'm definitely going to be on the lookout. Like, and I know that voice. I'll be like,
anyway, so then after Nashville, I'm sorry, I interrupted.
And then I will go back to Cincinnati for possibly a couple of days. And then I will be in Virginia, in the DC area, all the way down to Virginia Beach.
Okay.
For a couple of weeks, down make that trek, and then eventually I'll come home.
But we're going to go ahead and announce this now. You're also going to be at Pulpit Fest 2024.
Pulpit Fest.
Pulpit Fest. I wanted to finally bring that up. We've been, skirting it. It's been like, okay, Willie won't, because let's be real. Busy calendar for you. Lots going on that weekend, especially, lots going on. And, we obviously, are going to have the fine folks from Villiger Cigars, Renee, and, his people, they're going to be there. We're going to have Jerry Pulaski there. And now we can announce that Trey Mac from Aladino is going to be there and I don't want to say this because, things can change. Calendars are fluid. Lord only knows. But there's the distinct possibility that you might be dragging Justo along with you. But, if not, we at least have you.
Can't make the Justo promise. We're going to try to pull it off, but we can't make any promises.
I was going to say, he's a busy man. I get that, and like I said, there's a lot going on that weekend.
We're like following each other oddly because I got to be in Pennsylvania on the 15th and 16th. He's going to be at the exact same place a week after.
Oh, shit.
And then the week of Pulpit Fest, I got to go to Florida, Miami, fly from there to Dallas, Fort Worth, and then from Dallas, Fort Worth back to Florida. For Pulpit Fest. And then he goes to Texas the week after.
Oh, you guys are chasing each other.
Yeah, we literally are. This is the way things are going these days. And but yeah, no, Pulpit Fest is going to be off the chain, and
it's going to be stupid.
We're working on some new fun things.
Yeah, dude, you've been to Pulpit Fest in the past. You have. At least one, I think.
I believe twice.
Twice. Yes, you're right. There were two.
I remember the last time I believe I got stood up. I got cock blocked. Stood up is not the right word. I got cock blocked.
Boy, I'm trying to remember that story now.
I was talking to the young lady. Her and I were playing bags, cornhole.
That's right.
And she wanted drinks. Her friend
Right.
liked me. Her friend hated me.
Yeah, that's right.
She liked me, and her friend's boyfriend liked me. He was actually the one that got me to play cornhole because he's like, "Hey, this chick's into you. Go for it."
Yeah.
And then they wanted drinks, so I go to buy the drinks, and I come out with this whole plate full of drinks.
And they're all gone.
And that one chick cock-blocked me and took them away. So then I got to distribute drinks to the fine folks at Pulpit Fest.
That's right. That's right. I remember that now.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so my point, though, bringing up the fact that you've been to prior Pulpit Fest, is just in the little bit of conversation that you and I have had about this year and what's happening. This is a whole different beast.
Whole different ball game.
Everybody attending has no clue like what they're in for. If you've listened to prior episodes about prior Pulpit Fest, you have no idea what's in store for you this year.
And if you already bought your tickets and don't have a passport, you're a fool.
Oh, yeah. No. You need to get your Yes, exactly. You need to get your passport, have it ready, start that process, because that process is not a short process, get that process rolling, because you have a very distinct possibility of needing that passport in the beginning of the year. So make sure you have your passport ready.
Well, you might need it that week we're there too.
Well, I mean, you never know. You throw enough wine, throw enough liquor into everybody. I mean,
that pontoon to Cuba.
I don't know if a U.S. passport's going to matter much if we're rolling into Cuba in a pontoon boat. Boy, that'd be funny. It's kind of like when you see a highway and it's a mass evacuation and it's like just jammed on one side and there's one car rolling into the city. It's going to be like that. It's all these inner tubes and shit coming from Cuba, and then there's us just tootling along in a pontoon boat going the opposite way.
Confused.
They're going to be like, why are the gringos going back to Cuba? Yeah. We're just over there in this puff of cigar smoke, just this cloud, this pontoon boat with it. It's gonna look like Pigpen driving the pontoon boat.
I guarantee you, Ken is like, "Oh, the pontoon won't make it to Cuba," and I'm like, "Dude, life rafts make it all the time. Inner tubes make it all the time." And I guarantee you, if we show that we successfully got the thing to Cuba, the amount of money we could sell it for right then and there,
dude. Oh yeah, they would buy it in a heartbeat. Yep. No.
Probably enough to get us out of the Cuban embassy.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, that's the only thing is that, I don't want a locked up abroad situation, especially in a place like Cuba. I'm very soft. I don't think I would do well.
I mean, you gotta take a risk.
I don't think I'd do well in a U.S. prison, much less a foreign prison.
I
get
a little Cuban.
Yeah. And this is where the little monkey comes in. Oh no.
Yeah. No, but I think it's a gamble, because if the current president wins, we're probably screwed. If the other person wins, I feel like we might be heroes.
We might. You never know.
Especially if we get off the pontoon in like American flag thongs and
the thongs. I was gonna give you a pass. And not bring up the thongs, and then you go and you gotta throw out the American flag thongs.
It would be a meme to remember. And then maybe at the end of the day, like if I'm like American flag thong guy on the beaches of Cuba planning, then like I rise to meme status.
And then you and the Hawk Tui girl. My God. You can combine your meme powers. Bring in the oh no monkey. Everything just goes crazy. I'm gonna start calling you Party Boy.
I miss Party Boy.
Dude, I was just sitting here thinking, I'm like, fuck, he's gonna be like Party Boy from Jackass, just with his thong, rip away pants and the thong.
I had rip away pants too. You had to have the snap pants.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would think. My God, think about that. Think about that meme of us all riding onto the beach at Cuba. You with your freaking tearaway pants and your American flag thong, me in my fucking kilt, I mean, it's just crazy.
Oh,
Trent just looking and just scoping out all the Cuban women. I mean, just shit just goes crazy, man.
Trent would be the monkey. Oh no!
Oh no! Fucking Teddy'd be over there trying to sell him vapes and dildos. It's just craziness.
No, actually, if we all ended up in Cuban prison together, it actually wouldn't be too bad for us anyway. Because like I feel like me, you, and Teddy could be like point at Trent and be like, no, like bang that dude. Like
He's the one. Yeah. Yeah. He's the
use
one.
it up. Take
Poor
buy,
Trent.
buy us some time.
Well, and that fucking Jerry Pulaski would be over in the corner just knifing people, just being like, ha ha, just knifing them left and right. Yeah.
You don't you don't fuck with a Pollock.
That one especially. My God. Anyway. All right. Well, no, I'm happy to announce it.
You know what a super Pollock is, right?
Oh no. No, I don't.
Yeah, they got a ski on the front because they can't ride a toboggan.
Oh shit.
Like how all their names end in ski, but a super Pollock, like Skibinski.
Skibinski.
You got two skis.
Two skis. Okay. Well, I'm very happy that we're able to announce that you're going to be a Pulpit Fest. That helps round it out.
And if we get things done right, now I'll tease this. I don't know if I should.
Oh boy.
But there's a very good possibility we're going to have story time.
Story time with Trey Mac.
Where I tell a story that you're not going to hear anywhere else for good damn reason.
You mentioned this, and you said that the only way this can happen is if cell phones are confiscated so that, it can never be recorded and all this kind of thing. Like, this is like only an event-only story.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And I'll be like, I've been to a Hamlet event. If you don't know who Hamlet is, he was with Rocky Patel for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Leave Cuba. Hamlet did an after-hours event at my place one time, and that was the first thing. Cell phones in a bag.
Like nobody can ever record this.
This does not get recorded. This is a special treat, and I trust you all, but not trust you 100%. Cell phones in the bag.
Okay.
But I promise it'll be a story for the ages. It's the best story of my life, and it definitely should not be recorded.
Of all the things that you've told on this show that have been recorded and put out for everybody to listen, the fact that there's one that just is like heads and tails above the rest, unable to be recorded. I'm even curious about this one.
Yep.
So
it's an easy story. It's a long one. I mean, it's like an hour long. You got
perfect for a smoke.
You got to be in for the ride because this is not like one little thing that happened. This was a stretch of like 10 days.
There you go.
And
everybody gets a Toro and we all sit down.
Yep. And then you can tell your friends, oh, I don't know if you heard this story. He told me this one, but can't repeat it.
Well, very cool. Well, I'm looking forward to it. That's coming up for everybody who has already procured tickets because, well, tickets are sold out on that. That is coming up August 23rd through the 25th at the Ashen Ale in Palm Coast, Florida. Brought to you by Villiger Cigars, the presenting sponsor of Pulpit Fest 2024. Anyway, well, Trey Mac,
Hold on. You just said it was sold out.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Number one.
Yeah.
Number two, Ken's going to be letting normal people come to a shop that day, right?
Oh yeah. So I mean, that's the thing. It's we have the attendees, but obviously, if people are rolling in, it's just a matter of
still fly out there and just show up.
They just don't get goodie bags and things of that nature.
I mean, special goodies.
Precisely. I was gonna say it's one of those things that there are special goodies for attendees, and we're gonna have a way to designate the attendees versus like just the average walk-in person. I'm not gonna. I still need to order those, but I'll take care of that here soon, and I got time. But we're gonna have a way to designate the people that are Pulpit Fest attendees from just average customers. But realistically, yeah, I mean, dude, Ken's place is going to be packed because we're looking at maybe around 55 to 60 in terms of attendees. And then Lord knows in terms of just straight customers for Ken's place. So, and I mean, have you been to Ken's place?
No.
Okay. It's not small, but it's not large. I mean, we're definitely spilling outside for this and everything. So that's the other thing. Attendees, dress light. Don't dress heavy. Dress light.
I'll be wearing black. I'm going to suffer.
You're going to suffer. Yeah. I've got my kilt. I'm going to be free and breezy, my friend.
Are you really going to bring the kilt?
Fuck yeah. Dude, I got a new one for St. Patrick's Day this year because it's more green, because the one that you've seen before, it's the pattern on it is a charcoal gray with black, plaid, and everything. But the problem is when I ordered it, it looked more gray. When it arrived, it's so much darker, and so it almost looks just black. And I was like, I'm not feeling, I wanted something a little bit more lighter. And so I ended up ordering this other one, and it's a lighter material, first of all, but then second of all, it's definitely more of a light. It's not super light green. It's definitely a darker emerald green, but it's definitely more green. So no, I'm there's going to be one day at least that I'm going to be. I mean, and I feel like I owe it to the people.
Yeah, well, we're all going to pay the price.
No.
Listen, is it a lighter material? Because it's going to be hot down there.
It is a lighter material. It's going to be perfect.
There's a possibility of a Marilyn Monroe moment.
You'd have to have one hell of a breeze for that. And I do have the Spiron on the front. So, I mean, it's going to have some weight off the front. Because that's the beauty of the Spiron, man. You got that little pouch right there. You can put your lighter in your cutter. And you can even put a little 3-finger, cigar case in there, too, if you really needed to. So, I mean, I don't know. I may even see about breaking out the fancy one with the fox fur. I don't know. Yeah, I have two Spirons. I have the leather one and I have the fox fur one. Because why wouldn't I?
You need to get a mink.
Oh, I don't just want a mink one. I want one that's like the armpit hair of a mink. Just that really fuzzy soft armpit hair of the mink. So lots of minks would be required for that.
I found 3 mink tails the other day. That's another story.
What the hell?
That happened. But would you say the Spiron is a male merkin?
I mean, I would maybe classify it as more of a acceptable fanny pack option in a way, because it serves about the same purpose as the fanny pack. It's just held on by a chain versus a snap together thing. It's a little lower. It's a little lower too.
Yeah, right on the schwans.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Keep your stuff nice and close.
Kind of a male merkin.
Kinda. I'll give you that. But no, it's gonna be a good time. We're gonna have a lot of fun.
No, it's gonna be a blast. Seriously, to those of you coming, it's gonna be hellaciously fun. And to those of you that missed out on tickets, that doesn't mean you can't get there.
You just don't get the stuff. Yeah. But it also means keep your calendar open for next year. Because if you miss it this year, there's always next year.
And if it's this big now, it's going to be bigger next year.
Well, that's the thing. This year is proof of concept. This year, that is the whole goal here, is how big can we blow this up? Let's blow this up and let's prove the concept. And then from there, it's just the sky's the limit. Let's take this from the personal little party in St. Louis and let's make an actual thing out of it.
It's going to be awesome.
And I liked the personal little parties in St. Louis.
It was cool. It was
fun. It was always good. But
it's time to grow. It's time to push the envelope.
and I get it, St. Louis is St. Louis, some people don't want to like roll into St. Louis, they want to go someplace a little more exotic and that sort of thing. So fine, let's go where people want to go. Let's start off in Florida, and then, next year, who knows? We'll see. But for right now, let's do the ash and ale thing. So it'll be good.
Be a grower, not a shower.
Not a shower. Well, final thoughts on my cigars. Both of the Corojo Reservas were fantastic. The number 4 had a lot more cedar to it than the robusto, possibly due to the size, possibly due to age. I don't know how long either one was in the humidor. But the cedar was definitely present on the robusto, and but the spice really came through more on the robusto too. So again, I don't know how long that was in there, so I can't say. It may not be a fair comparison between the two, but
a fun comparison.
Oh, fun compare, dude! I just got to smoke 2 Corojo Reservas back to back. I mean, come on, this is a good night for me. So
beautiful.
There you go.
And I wish I could talk more about the one I smoked, because we might do something with it, especially after I had that one tonight. It was very, very thoroughly enjoyable.
Okay.
I said we've played with the idea of putting it out in the past, about 2 years ago. And our biggest issue then was you saw the amount of Ligero in that cigar.
Yeah.
We were to get that flavor profile, we had to pack it full of Ligero, but then there were burn issues. And I thought this one was going to have a burn issue, and it corrected like in the first third super easy. So it's like, maybe need to more of these and see if this is something to do, because it was quite nice.
There you go. You gotta love it when something like becomes viable.
Yeah. Sometimes things just need time. That thing had an extra 2 years on it. It was.
There you go.
Lots of raisins.
Lots of raisins. Good. Well, Trey, thank you so much for taking time out. I appreciate it as always.
Yeah, dude, like unexpected, but you caught me tonight. Tomorrow I will be on like a 17-hour drive. So this worked out fantastic, and
perfect.
Always happy to jump on if the time allows. I feel like this is my virtual lounge. My people, I love you.
That's the point. That's the whole point. So love it. Love it.
Have a good time. We'll do it again soon, I promise.
For sure. Well, guys, this has been another sermon from the Cigar Pulpit. I'm Nick.
And Trey Mac.
Everybody stay safe and stay smoky. And just a reminder to everybody, there will not be an episode on Friday because I will be sweating my ass off moving stuff on Friday. So, enjoy this, and we'll see you again on Tuesday.
Tuesday.